Let me know if the audio is on, folks. Let me know if the audio is on. I think there was a little bit of a technical error. I think it's on now, folks. So Fitzgerald Alexis, hey. KSP Studios, Renel Joseph, tell me if the audio is on. Saudi Arabia, no audio. Also have Haiti instead of Saudi Arabia. Somehow I'm not hearing. Okay, let me know. Okay, good now. I don't know what was that, but that's the thing with technology, folks, and I really appreciate the people in the live feed telling me this. On TikTok, I hope you guys are hearing me as well. This is going to be a tough game. So Saudi Arabia is already putting pressure on us. Luckily, I got the technical issues sorted out in time. As you can see, the audio. I was having some trouble. Repeat everything I said, please. Well, basically, Rods, it was just that intro, apologizing, but I did get the thing started right. In terms of the live stream, folks, if you didn't get audio at the beginning, I was talking about the formations. We're playing 4-4-2, and I was talking about the absence of Joevin Jones and why he's not in the squad and what's the possibility of him, what's going on. It's possibly an injury. His experience in games like this would be invaluable, but I can only assume it's an injury thing. Renel Joseph, welcome, and thank you very much for that. Listen, this is why this is very engaging and interactive. Rods, yeah, it wasn't much before. I just pretty much said the formations and we were about to start. So you just joined in as much as I did. I did promise to do the score lines, and I think I will sort that out. I thought I sorted it out before, but there seems to be some sort of issue with it popping up on this feed. So maybe halftime, while we're doing our halftime talks, I'll try to do it. So Saudi Arabia going out on the wings heavily. So far, we've been able to contain it. There is a foul in the box, but there's nothing here. So they are appealing for a penalty, half-hearted. In the TikTok feed, DJ Vedish, Annie, John, Yolanda, Grimond, Lizzie, 866, Anne, Trini Marie, welcome. This is the Trinidad Tobago, Saudi Arabia Gold Cup watch along. So for those of you who don't know, you could jump on YouTube. You could also head across to the EXTV TikTok and you just join in. Just join in. Your support and your likes really help. Heard Spicer injured. Is it true? I don't know. I did hear that same rumor. It is possible he did run a lot in the last game. I don't have any insight into that. I didn't hear anything in the post-match conference. All these things you could check out on the YouTube page, folks. But I didn't hear anything like that. But it is possible because he was one of our best players. Saudi Arabia getting a lot of 1-2 combinations in front of the box, doing triangles. But we have so far been able to kind of disrupt them and play things out. So I think if we are able to withstand this first part of the storm, we should be able to build that confidence. And then unlike the Haiti game, be a little bit more courageous. So we have Levi and Dante Silly up front. For those of you who didn't see it, I'm going to pull up the lineup I have here. It's, where did it go? So according to, CONCACAF, they showed 4-4-2 and they're playing 4-3-3, a very aggressive formation. Real Gil, Liav Garcia up front, for those of you who don't know. Molino out wide in a midfield for Phillips, Rampasad, Silly. I'm only assuming that Molino will have that freedom to take on players on the wing and drift centrally and maybe start plays. Raymond at left back, Garcia, Cardenas, and Jones. So Cardenas is more in a central area. So maybe it's not really a 4-4-2 as it appears. I'm seeing some comments here. Where can I watch the game? DJ Videsh. For people from Trinidad Tobago, it's not available on YouTube. There's a regional block for whatever reason. I don't know what channel is showing it. I know if there's a couple sites you could pay, which I think is ridiculous. I asked you all this last time. Renel, Rods, Osario Joseph, welcome. I hope you guys are hearing me. Fitzgerald, everybody else. KSP Studios, if you're hearing me. Let me know what you all think about why it's so difficult for us to watch games. So, Videsh, what I would expect is if you want to go. Levi is in the box, folks. Sorry to cut it off. Molino and him are causing some problems in the box. So this is good. This is a positive sign. We are forcing a little bit of a problem in the opposition third for Saudi Arabia. So we're not sitting back and allowing them to get comfortable, which is important. And I'm sure York spoke about this. TikTok viewers, be sure to share this to all your friends and everybody who wants to join in, to support Trinidad Tobago. I know a lot of people have their very strong views on how the team should go. But this is going to be a difficult game. We have 5 minutes in. At halftime, I'll try to see if I could get the squad up. And as we're seeing at the beginning, I thought Alvin Jones wasn't going to play, but he's there. I'm kind of confused. Unless there's a lot of injuries. unless it's a deceptive back three at the back. Because they have Cardenas and Alvin Jones there, which are two basically wide attacking players, could suggest that it's maybe a deceptive when not in possession. We go to 5 at the back. But we'll see as the game goes along. So I'm seeing Alvin Jones and Cardenas having some exchanges. So there's definitely some, tension there. Welcome, Joshua. Welcome, Trini Spice, to the stream. Renel Joseph. Yes, I will change the title really quickly. I'm going to see if I could do that while the stream is going on. So let's see if I could do that. I don't know why I did that, though. I think it did the old stream. So I'm going to try to edit that really quickly. I don't know why I did that. I mean, I had to reset everything. So while we're talking here, folks, I probably will get silent for a few seconds while I'm fixing this this title on my YouTube thing because it's clearly wrong. So I'm going to do that. I'm trying. So folks, so far Saudi Arabia, I don't know if I could edit this while it's live, but I'm going to try. So let's see if I could fix that. I honestly don't know why that happens, but I think I can, folks. So you can let me know. Oh, wow, it did not save. So I'm fixing it now. Folks, you can let me know if it changed. The internet seems to be against me, so I changed it. It should be okay now. Let me know in the live stream, folks, if it's okay. And, we'll go from there. So, folks, let me know in the live stream if it's back, if it's correct. Thank you so much for giving me that feedback, Renel. I tried to save it. But anyway, folks, so technical issues, YouTube issues, we're back. The title is correct now. So I'm reading Kelvin Thomas looking for a 2-0 win tonight. Yes, I hope so. Ronel, let me know if it's changed. Everybody, let me know if the title's correct. Fans of Rio Cardenas, hope he gets some opportunities. Yes, I think so. Listen, shout out to Ronel, folks. She kept me on my toes, and I really appreciate that with the title. I don't know why that happened. I mean, I set this up 20 minutes before. There's a conspiracy, folks. They don't want me to do this. So far, so good, folks. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Trinidad is applying that pressure you need that we didn't see the last time around. So there's a little more. You could see there's a little bit of an exchange here. Molino showing a little bit of experience and a little bit of roughness you need. They were kind of challenging for a throw-in. Levi I think he's a little bit more comfortable up front with Kevin Molino there. So Saudi Arabia don't have us pinned back, which is good. I thought Saudi Arabia would have had us pinned back, but if we could take some consolation from when they played Haiti, Haiti did give them a hard time with the physicality and their composure on the ball. But Haiti's very good at holding on to the ball. They are in the box. They are creating some chances. I do get a little bit nervous because I know Alvin Jones is a right back, and I'm sure he's a capable defender, but the center back position is, it's different. Positionally, the way you tackle, sometimes you may have a chat. A1 Lex Stark, Rosie Singh, Trini Spice. I think I said a shout out already. Be sure to share this TikTok with your friends and everybody. Let me know what you all think about the stream. So, folks, Fresh YT, I'm guessing that's YouTube. Welcome. I think if you are not in Trinidad and Tobago, I think you could go on YouTube and look at it. If you are in Trinidad and Tobago, I think there was somebody else in the last live stream who said we could look at the game on Fox Soccer. I think you may have to pay. I have a service I pay for, which is not cool. And I'm going to put the question out here to the TikTok people and the YouTube people. Why is it so difficult to see Trinidad and Tobago games? I mean, this is ridiculous. What a shot. What a goal, folks. What a goal. It is 1-0. Sealy with an amazing effort from outside the box. What a beautiful start. So if you're just joining us, folks, it's in the 10th minute. Dante Sealy, who, folks, if you don't know, is a very good player in the MLS, got the ball way outside the box and curled a beautiful goal into the net. Well done. I'm really happy for the guys. This is the perfect result. But make no mistake, folks, this is a Saudi Arabia team that fought back against the world champions Argentina and came back. So, we're going to have to keep our composure. But this is the ideal start. What a goal, Rods. What a goal. Fresh YouTube, I hope you guys could find it. And if you can't, I will update you as much as I can. I did promise to do the scores. But it's a beautiful goal. It went out wide. He cut in on his defender, cut in very nicely, beating the wing back of Haiti and curling it perfectly into the corner. What a gem! An absolute gem of a goal. I did not expect that. And what a response from the last couple of games. So this is where they have to really show the response. Saudi Arabia, when I say the response of the last 2 games. So this is a team that's showing character. Can we get it, folks? I know a lot of people wrote us off. Can we do it? Sorry, Lamal Silly. I don't know, what did I say? I got too excited. What did I say? What did I say, Rods? What did I say? When I get excited, I say crazy stuff. What did I say? I said something wrong. Could be. But anyway. So anyway, I think what we have to do now, folks, is... Lamal. Yeah, is that Yamal I'm trying to say? I don't know. But yes, Ronald Joseph, let's go. So listen, we have to show... yes. Listen, Roz, I understand what you mean. I got scared. I was starting to question myself if I said the name wrong. So welcome in the TikTok, Sonia, Giorgio, Pike, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Paps 120. Trinidad Tobago are winning 1-0, folks. 11 minutes in. Like I said, I did promise to put the scoreline, and I did try to set it up. So halftime, while we're doing our halftime chat, I'm going to try to put it up for you all. So 12 minutes in, Trinidad Tobago, things are going great so far. Sealy. He's got a great goal against Inter Miami, if I remember correctly. I was looking at that game, and I do look at the MLS, folks. I look at all the leagues. Let me know if you all look at it. There's a lot of Trinidadians that still are not in the squad, so that's good. We have players to pick. So it's all about how we manage the game. So as it stands, Saudi Arabia will obviously want to respond. And I think us playing that friendly against Saudi Arabia, which I believe was last year, even though we lost, was probably good insight. You know, York he stays in that region, so there's some familiarity there. And, I'm sure, at least from a mental standpoint, he doesn't feel any sort of... I don't think he feels that anyway. But he feels that sort of thing. So, wow. So, Saudi Arabia immediately trying to respond with a cross to the far post, which was almost in. But it was off target, off the ground. You could see our centre-backs are having a lot of arguments. They seem to be quarreling and trying to be focused. Yes, I agree, Ronel. Ronel, let me know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Kelvin Thomas further up, welcome. I hope we win. I hope we get that 2-0. We all want that. So I'm concerned about the centre backs, but they seem to be. So as it stands in the group, if it stays like this, USA 9, Trinidad and Tobago 4, Saudi Arabia will stay on 3, and Haiti with 1, providing USA wins, which seems more than likely. I don't want to be presumptuous. So these guys, Rampersad and those guys are doing their thing. I know some people gave me some crap for liking Rampersad, but he is a quality player. We don't see it all the time, but he's really good. Yes, Ronel, just wanted to make sure. So, folks, if you're joining, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. These things really help the channel. Saudi Arabia trying to put pressure on us. Obviously, they want to get that equalizer. They want to respond quickly. R Singh, welcome to the TikTok chat. Be sure to share with your friends and people. For those of you who are looking at the Trinidad Tobago game on TikTok, I don't usually do these streams on TikTok, folks, or in general, but you could let me know what you think about the game. So the Trinidad Tobago game versus Saudi Arabia Gold Cup Concacaf is going on right now, folks. It's a do or die. For the people in the YouTube chat, Drex, welcome. That is a proper goal, Drex. 868 Drex, one of the most loyal fans of EXTV. He's back, folks. Like I said, Stefan Perrault, make sure I pronounce that. I agree. I think that is one of the best goals I've seen in this tournament so far. The distance, the technique, the way we curl it around against a top quality keeper, definitely one of the best. And we have the capability to play like this, folks. Kyle, forgive me if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Welcome, Kyle. So, Kyle, as I said before, for those of you who want to see this game, if you're from Trinidad and Tobago, I don't know what TV station is showing it, but it's blocked in our region on YouTube for some silly reason. I know a couple people mentioned. In the comment section, you could let me know. We could give some suggestions to help each other out. Fox Soccer site, I believe somebody said last time. I'm getting it because I paid, but that's where you could try and find it. Folks in the comment section, let me know. Other people are trying to see the game, but if they can't, I'll help. Saudi Arabia, it's a 15-minute, have a free kick on top of the box. They're setting up their wall. Rods, the little lime is doing them good so far. I heard about that. I won't comment, but we'll see how that goes. They whipped it in. Marvin did a good job to collect. Very good. They did enough to throw them off. It was a cross to the shot to the far post, delivered to the far post. Ellen Sam, welcome Ellen Sam. Ellen Sam, once again, she was the one who told us about the Fox Soccer link. We do have a possible chance here with, I think it's Levi. They are causing a bit of problems. We do have a possibility here. Oh, a shot by Levi. I think it was Levi. It should have been 2-0, but a great save from the Haitian keeper. I wish that was 2-0. That would have been perfect. Ellen Sam, we have to watch the fouls. Good night. Watching it on the Spanish language network in the USA. So welcome from the USA. Stefan, it is showing on Fox Soccer 1, folks. So Stefan just said that, folks. So you could check it out there as well. TT needs to use the wings more. Almost another goal. Yes, folks. So if you're just joining us, Levi Garcia got a clear chance on goal, but it was saved. Should have been 2-0 in the 16th minute. It's 1-0. Trinidad Tobago 1. Saudi Arabia 0. But a great save from the Haitian keeper. And we are putting them on the ropes. And I think the experience of Levi, Kevin Molino, and also Sealy up front is working wonders. So I'm looking at it. Wow, what a save. Levi did everything correctly. Placed it to the far post of the keeper, but he got down well to save it. Good shot. Oh, yeah, I agree. It was a good shot. It wasn't like it was a terrible shot. So good save. Kudos to the keeper. I'd have loved if it was 2-0. Drex, if you're only getting it in Spanish, I don't know, Rods. And you kept saying that our issue was more mental. Correct. I think it still is. And I think they are addressing it. And I think the senior players are showing this is a response, I mean. So, this is a good response. No matter what takes place in this game, Rods, I think, our ability to handle these games from a psychological standpoint is good. Taking the lead, keeping the lead, managing the game against a team like this. All this bodes well for us when we go into the World Cup qualifiers. So this is the kind of experience you probably would not get in maybe a friendly against a smaller team. In a competitive setting, the players get to build themselves up. So this is good. Kelvin Thomas. Rods, listen, you have been amazing, man. I really appreciate your feedback. Kelvin Thomas, just now it'll be 2-0. I hope so, Kelvin. I hope so. And TikTok people, if you're joining, Trinidad Tobago is winning 1-0. Let us know what you think. Drop some comments, share, like, let people know, what's going on. We have people all over the world looking at this from Trinidad Tobago, and I'm very flattered that you all are supporting my live stream. Ellen Sam, put the volume down on the Spanish TV and keep listening to Andre. Listen, Ellen, I appreciate that. I am in the process of learning Spanish, so, I hope that I do a good job. And, look out for me. I am aspiring to do some stuff for the World Cup. If we get there, hopefully we get there. And, also I'll be doing some coverage anyway. So, folks, you could take a look at the previews, the reactions, the post-match interviews, play interviews at EXTV's YouTube channel. And also head over to EX. Breakaway here. We almost had a situation, but they just couldn't catch the ball. But I like the pace of Levi and Sealy up front. So I think so far from a balance perspective, we look good. And I think the midfield and the attacking players playing the way they are take some pressure off the defenders a little bit. They're not sitting back and just defending constantly. This is good. This is very good. I don't like to use the word good. I feel like it's so basic, but that's what it is. Drake Lord 7, welcome. Everybody else, if you're trying to be fans on the TikTok stream, let me know. Andre, have you noticed, this is from Rods, folks, have you noticed the boys are moving better off the ball too? Yes, correct. There definitely seems to be a reaction. I think maybe the combination of players. And, like I said in the last video and even my previews, learning from these games is important. It's not just the result, but if you learn from each game and you get better. Even, I don't want to put that into existence, but for example, let's say we don't win this game. The fact, if we could play at a high level and show we go down playing top-level football, this is good for Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, obviously we want to win, but we are putting some pressure. Levi is sticking it to the defender here, getting really close. So we are forcing Saudi Arabia to make errors, folks, and it's good. This is what Dwight York said he wanted, so it's good to see that we're seeing it on the field. He's putting pressure on the opposition team rather than us sitting back and then trying to react afterwards. So, we can't do this for all games. At the end of the day, we have to make our defense strong, but this is good. A whipped-in ball from Alvin Jones. Levi couldn't get it, but he looked sharp. The wedding keeps him sharp, but Levi has always been sharp, folks. Come on. But yes, Andre, I did notice that. Mark Blaze, welcome back. I'm telling everybody that this Trinidad team has potential, that 5-0 loss happened the same year we went to the World Cup. Yes, we wouldn't be doing this if we weren't supporting Trinidad and Tobago, folks. We wouldn't be doing this. People on the TikTok, like I said, let me know what you think as well. On YouTube, let me know what you think. Join and share, whatever. If you're not watching the game, go home and watch it. If you're not a fan, tell me why. There's some people that have been heartbroken by Trinidad and Tobago football. So, yes, Mark, I agree. We did not have it easy. I was there in the stadium when it looked like we were down and out. Russell Latterby just returned. He was out in retirement. And there were just a couple people in the stadium, and we had a 3-2 comeback. And, the real fans were there. And I remember it was tough. It was tough. It was really tough. We did not start off well. We were on the verge of being eliminated, and we got those results. So I remember that. Ellen, where is this game playing? I think it's in Las Vegas. I've been there multiple times. The heat this time of the year is very hot. I don't know what time, or if the heat is like that. Even at night, it's hot. USA, Haiti is 1-1. Oh, my goodness. USA better do us a favor, I don't know if they're still remembering 2018. We need USA to just get, do away with Haiti, because then that would complicate things a little bit. Or a draw, or just an outright win for USA. I've always supported them, good, bad, and ugly. And yes, listen, that's the thing. People have to understand, even when you criticize a team, it's from a place of support. You can't just always be nice and say good things all the time. Sometimes caring about a team means you call them out. There are elements in our society, like when you talk about tactics or criticize, they see it as negativity, and that's stupid. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Of course, you have to be respectful. Andre, the boys look more technically efficient. The pace of those passes is so much better. They look sharper too. The second half, the team is going to do well in the first half. I understand. El and Sam never been there. Haiti needs to win. If Haiti wins, they end up on 4 points. And we will end up, if it stays as it is, on 4 points. So it's not ideal for us. We have to hope Haiti stays down there in 1 point. And, ideally, and I had an explanation for this. If you all want to check it out, I have an explanation in my preview, and also extvmedia.com, the permutation. So I'll try to summarize it really quickly. As it stands, this is perfect for us. We need that win. USA, if they win, they will end up with their, clear of the group. But if Haiti wins, they could end up on 4 points. We'll have 4 points. And then the goal difference, that 5 against USA will hurt us. So we have to make sure that's not a problem. Yeah, but for Trinidad and Tobago, I understand the Haitians, and I think the Haitians play really well. From a Trinidad and Tobago perspective, we can't let them. They need to lose. I mean, I hate to say that. I don't want them. I don't want any team. I don't like to say that, but it is what it is. We need USA to just win and keep Haiti away from us, so it doesn't become a complicated issue with goal difference. So we have to make sure that happens. But we had our chances against Haiti. Yes, we should have. If we won that game, we would have been calmer coming into this game. Kevin Molino and the linesman seem to be having an issue. And this is good, this is Kevin Molino being, kind of like Lionel Messi in the later years of his Argentina. Well, he's still playing for them. But, being outspoken, being a leader, this is what we need. Cardenas. I like Cardenas. I know some people have some criticisms, but, let me know. So, folks in the live stream, let me know. Like, share, comment, drop those comments. Keep them coming, because the feedback really gives me that energy to keep my faith in this team. Knowing that you all are out there. We have a half chance. Oh, so we did have a half chance in the 23rd minute. It was in the box. I think Andre Rampersad just tried to stay on his feet, but he couldn't. So there was a long throw in by Cardenas. Saudi Arabia actually looking a little bit unsettled at the back. Cardenas is good, yes. And I think with more playing time, he'll get better. He could be kind of like our Carlos Edwards. Shout out to Carlos. We work together on the women's team. Great guy. I know he supports Extra Time TV as well. And, hopefully you guys are watching. We are causing Saudi Arabia problems, folks. So it's very important for us to get carefully that second goal. We don't recklessly try to get it and then concede a goal. So this is where we'll learn. They're learning. This is the kind of games in a competitive setting where the team learns how to manage. They're showing a replay, and the goal looks better with each replay. It looks even greater in slow motion, folks. It looks greater. Carlos is still in England. Yes, Ellen. Yes, he is. In Ipswich, I think. We do keep in touch. Great guy. When I worked with him on the national team, outside being a true patriot, a great person. So it was great to meet him. I met some of the other players as well. Me and Dim1, welcome to the chat, enjoying a watch along on a TNT game. I really appreciate that, folks, and I'm doing this because of you all. On TikTok, people, I'm seeing Blaker joined, Vucinic joined, someone Betray joined, and a couple other people. So, this is amazing, folks. Drop your likes. Let me know what you think. Do you think Trinidad and Tobago is going to win? TikTok people, let me know. I'm trying all these things, folks. I'm trying all these things. Yes, so I'm glad you're enjoying the watch along, folks. And yes, Carlos is still in England. I I will try to update the scoreline. And folks, let's not forget, this is a team that was 1-0 down, were dominated by Argentina, and then they had 2 moments where they scored. So they are capable of bouncing back. This is a team with a very strong mentality. If they scored another, then I believe they would win this one. Yes, I agree. I think if we got that second goal, it would give us a lot of calm to get us in. Now, there's a stereotype in football. People say 2-0, Ranel, is a dangerous lead in football. It's one of the most dangerous leads. And that is true, but still. There was a bit of an unnecessary giveaway here. Let's see. Good recovery by, I think that was Levi. I'm not sure. Kevin Molino holding the ball well in midfield. I saw what he was trying to do. He was trying to hold the ball to get it out wide. But you could see the difference in Molino there. And a couple people raised the question to me, folks. When we don't have Molino to kind of orchestrate, and kind of like what Russell used to do back in the day, we do lack that creativity. We do lack it. Winston Campbell, Dolly, everybody else, welcome. Welcome to the stream. This is Trinidad Tobago taking on Saudi Arabia in the Gold Cup. It's on YouTube. It's on TikTok. Everybody out there, be sure to let me know. Drop some comments, like, show some support to the stream. I don't do this often. Saudi Arabia are trying to muscle their way in, and so far so good. Marvin is showing. He's been very vocal. Very, very vocal on the sidelines. Sorry, not on the sidelines, between the posts. So this is good. They're communicating. They're talking. And folks, anybody who has been involved in coaching knows when you do this, it improves the team. You get accustomed to each other. You get used to your movements. You have to be very vocal as a goalkeeper and command your box and your defenders and communicate. And, this is what you get with practice. Stefan, knowing Trinidad, if they get the second goal, they will become comfortable. So it's a give and take. True, correct. We do show some complacency sometimes. And this is where I mentioned multiple times the mental aspect and the football IQ of our players. We have to make sure that we don't concede goals. I even remember against Bahrain years ago, in that famous game, even though Dennis Lawrence scored that famous goal, there was a little moment where it was a little bit controversial where one of the players tried to capitalize on Kelvin Jack and snatch the ball. And there are other refs who probably would have given that as a goal. But I think in VAR times we'd have gotten it. So there's a skirmish, Ellen. Yes, I see. That's good. I hope they calm down and try not to get yellows. Saudi Arabia is a very feisty team, folks. I saw them, in friendlies. I saw them at the World Cup. Kevin Molino being a real leader, telling them calm down, go back. Very good job to calm each other down. But I do also like that fight, folks. Seeley's a pretty experienced player as well. So it's good that they calm them down, but it's also good to show that fight because Saudi Arabia is getting frustrated. So let's see. I'm seeing the replay here. What caused it? So he tried to retrieve the ball. He kind of bundled in from behind. He threw the Saudi Arabia player through a kick. And Seeley took exception to it. So I would say Seeley, calm down. Try not to get a yellow. I could see York in the background there. So I think, but this is good. This is good. This is where we have to show our calm. I think Dwight York is trying to gesture calm down. But that's good that we have a little bit of fight. But also enough that we don't lose our heads. Mental, folks. Mental. Yes. So far, so good. 29 minutes in, folks, if you're just joining us. Trinidad and Tobago 1, Saudi Arabia 0. TikTok people, this, as it stands right now, this is the ideal scenario for us. Haiti is causing some problems with USA right now. So, we really would want, statistically, USA to win this game. So it takes some pressure off of us, because if it goes down to goal difference, we will be in a mess. That 5-0 against USA will hurt us. All the statisticians out there, let me know what you think. But Stefan, you're correct. We have to focus on that mental aspect. And TikTok, I'm seeing 16 joined. Sandra Jordan, welcome. So if you're wondering what we're doing, this is a Trinidad and Tobago, Saudi Arabia watch along for the Gold Cup. It's also on YouTube. You can check it out. I'm seeing in the fans here, the cameras are cutting away to some Costa Ricans in the fans and some Mexicans. I guess they're mingling with us. Maybe showing us some love. I don't know. Who knows? We do look a bit more composed in the back a little bit. Marvin with some good distribution there. He was unlucky not to get the ball. But they look a bit more confident. They do. They definitely look a bit more confident. And what I would say is, folks, if you look at my Haiti Trinidad and Tobago preview, you could head over to the YouTube channel. I did mention Haiti. We could have taken some tips from Haiti where they were very composed on the ball. They were able to upset Saudi Arabia. So they're not this invincible team. No team is. So, I'm guessing that Trinidad and Tobago learned from that, and the physicality does throw them off. And if you are able to hold the ball and, keep it comfortably and attack, you can cause them problems. So, folks, Saudi Arabia 0, Trinidad Tobago 1. A magical goal from Dante Sealy, folks. Crazy. Beautiful. Folks, on TikTok, if you do not see that goal, you will see it on YouTube, and you'll probably be mad if you didn't look at this game. If you're just joining us, hello, Sharish Gosign. Welcome to the chat. Hi, we need to win for Trinidad Tobago. We're going to make it. Yeah, I want us to make it. I think we all want Trinidad Tobago to make it. So, Sharish, welcome to the stream, the watch along. Everybody, listen, be sure to like, share, and comment. Send it to all your friends, all your Trini friends who want to join in on the conversation. Join in. I want to hear what everybody has to say. And I like to have the energy from the other people in the fans. And there's also people, from the other teams. I learned after the chat that was from, joining in. I really appreciate that. I will probably be doing other streams. And I'd like to say a special thank you to the viewers who have been supporting EXTV. Now, before I continue, we were getting a little bit pressured in the box. But I think Alvin Jones, if that's him, did a good enough job to hold the ball off and force a throw in. So this is where we have to be careful. This is where we've shown a little bit of vulnerability in the past. But Sharish, and I really like to get the energy off of people, but we do seem to be causing a lot of problems. Levi, Molino, and Sealy combined with the midfield. So we combine creativity with the strength, and I really appreciate that, physicality. A little bit of a giveaway there. Saudi Arabia trying to go down the wings, but so far we're disrupting it. A bit of a splice shot that fortuitously went into the box, folks. I think if that was hit correctly, would have gone. Saudi Arabia trying to get a fall. Playing good out of the back, folks. Very good. Some composure there. I think that's Andre Rampasad to Molino. So we're combining with the creativity, with the solidity. I spoke about Burchell back in 2006. A lot of people don't talk about him, but he really complemented the squad we had back then. Everybody knows him. The white guy who scored that goal. Welcome, Keon Griffith. What stream can I get the game? So I think, Keon, if you're from Trinidad, it's going to be a bit tough. I think you could go on FS Fox Soccer 1, I believe, because there is a block on the YouTube channel, so you can't see it. So it's very difficult. I'm paying for it, so that's why I'm seeing it. But if you want, folks in the comment section, see if you can help out Keon watch the game. Kelvin Thomas. Listen, I'm really appreciating the positive feedback, Kelvin. The 2-0. Definitely Burchell fit in nicely. Yes, and folks don't talk about him much because we had some creative players, but we lack those players that do the basic jobs in midfield well, that slow things down, keep it simple, pass the ball, combined with Russell and those guys, young Kenwin and all those guys, creativity, and Cornell and those players. We needed a player like him. And I'm seeing here, we don't know how this game is going to end up. It's 1-0 right now if you're just joining us, folks. TikTok people, welcome KB. Welcome, Shot Boss. If you all are football fans, let me know what you think was going on right now. And if you're not watching on TikTok, you can head over to the YouTube channel. Josh, I want to pronounce your name correctly, but I'm scared to butcher it. Any link to see the game? So, Josh, as I said before, it's available on YouTube for people outside Trinidad and Tobago. There are ways around that. People in the comment section, you could let them know. There's Ellen mentioned that you could look at it on Fox Soccer, so you could try that out. And like I keep saying, folks, let me know what I really want your opinions, folks. I know we're looking at the game, but why is it so hard to see a Trinidad and Tobago game? It has always been that way. Even during the 2006 World Cup qualifiers, we would see games at halftime. I don't know if you all remember that. So even then, it was very difficult to see those games. So folks, let me know if I'm sounding okay. I know there were some audio issues at the beginning. What link did you pay to see it? So I paid for a subscription. I can't remember. I have a couple people that helped me out, so I don't know offhand. I think it was DAZN. I also think people, I guess you could look at oh my goodness, there's a tackle from Molino. Is it a penalty? Oh my goodness, folks. A bit of a reckless tackle from Molino. I hope it's not a penalty. I hope it's just a free kick outside the box. I don't know yet, folks. So it's the 34th minute. Kevin Molino did a slight tackle there, folks. So we're going to have to see if that's a penalty. Peanut Butter and Jelly, hello, welcome. Johnson, if you want, some people do the VPN and they take a look at the game, I think. So Peanut Butter and Jelly, welcome to the stream, folks. Let me know if you're hearing me okay. So there has been a foul. I think that may be a yellow card. I think it's hard to argue. Is it in the box, though? I think it's outside the box. I think it's definitely outside the box. I hope it's not a penalty. It's not. It's outside the box, folks. Thank God. Thank God it's outside the box. TikTok people, there was almost a penalty. So they do have a shot outside the box. Can we clear it out? Yes, we did. I think that was Molino that cleared the ball out. He is all over the pitch. Good. We are forcing mistakes. Saudi Arabia trying to get the ball out wide, and they are making mistakes, which is good. This is what we want. Now, make no mistake, folks. Saudi Arabia is a very good team, but so can Trinidad and Tobago be if they want to be, and we're learning. So if you're in there, folks in the YouTube, let me know if you're hearing me okay. Josh, you can let me know if those links work. But it was outside the box. Thank God that we have VAR now. So the stats are 71% possession for Saudi Arabia and 29% for us. Although visually it doesn't look that way. 187 accurate passes, 62 for us. So statistically, they have more of the ball. But I think we have been more effective on the ball. So, for people who like possession football, sometimes less is more, and depending on what you do. We are taking a bit more initiative in this game. We do look a bit more composed. We see Levi jumping in. I like that we're getting very physical. Somebody did a 50-50 with Levi. He seems to got a knock on his head, but it looks like he's okay. Levi is a tough one. What a great player Levi is. This guy, amazing. He's very humble. In swing and cross by, I believe it's Rampasad. I can't see. Molino is in possession. Molino is orchestrating. Doing a great job. Molino and I played a FIFA game together, folks, which was hilarious. You could check that out on our YouTube channel. I'll probably put a link afterwards so you all could check it out. Absolutely hilarious. These guys love their EAFC, folks. I won't tell you the result. You could check it out, but it was hilarious. TikTok people, welcome. Drex, everybody else, let me know what's going on. Josh still looking. I hope you find it. But in the meantime, I'll try to keep you all updated. Maybe for the World Cup qualifiers, I will try to negotiate to see if I could do live streams at the games. I can't show the games for legal reasons, but I could do this at the actual game. Let me know what you all think about that. What do you all think about that? So, folks, it's 37 minutes in, and as it stands, it's 1-0. I think the USA-Haiti game is 1-1. So we have 4 points. Haiti will be on 2 points. USA will be ahead of the group with 6. So we really need to get that... keep this result, and hopefully USA does us a favor and beat Haiti. Although, Marvin with a bit of a splice clearance there, folks. Not under much pressure, so I'm hoping to recover. But they seem to be recovering well. Nice overhead flick from Sealy. The Saudi Arabians embellishing a little bit here. That's a yellow. I don't think that should have been a yellow. I think both players are going for the balls. Philip getting a yellow here. Let's see if I could take a look at the replay to verify for you all, for those of you who are seeing. So it's a 50-50 ball. He comes in. The foot was a little bit high. This is an issue I have, folks. For folks who play football and in around football, you are challenging for a ball, and I know on paper the rule is you can't raise your foot at a certain height. But at the same time, it's high enough where you can't get your head to it, but also not low enough where you can't control it with your knee and so on. So, if you run in with your chest, you run the risk of getting hit on your face. Welcome, Marcus, Ellen, Sam. I love these children of Trinidadian parents that are in England. How do you guys feel about them playing for us? That's a very good question. Very good question. I heard, and you all could let me know in the comment section, that Jadon Sancho has a connection to Trinidad. Is that true, folks? Because I remember reading as well, even Rio Ferdinand and those guys had connections to Trinidad. Patrick Vieira, I think. No, actually, no, Rio Ferdinand. I don't know about Vieira, but let me know. So, folks, it's 39 minutes in. I'm surprised my voice is still going. I did not bring my hydration like last time. Actually, I did, but it's off the screen. But the game is going really well. Saudi Arabia is in our box. Very good 1v1 defending here. So they definitely look a bit more solid. Levi taking on his man, beating his man, getting past players, almost in the box. If he had some support, he could have passed. But Levi is causing problems. He's smiling. He's looking good, folks. This is what we need to see. That mental aspect. I say it all the time. The players are being calm. Welcome, Shanta. Welcome, Nevo. This is the Trinidad and Tobago versus Saudi Arabia TikTok chat. There's a live stream going on EXTV, so you can check that out, folks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. It really helps the channel. And I'm doing this because you all asked me to do it. And I was humbled by the support I got last time. I really am. Yes, Brent is his uncle. Yes, I think Brent did tell me that, I do speak to some of these guys. So that is true. So, wow, okay. But that would be great. I don't know if that's already a done deal, but it's, there's a video I have where I interviewed Shaka and I asked him, because Shaka was eligible to play for England and he was even on the bench, because some people don't know this. I think it was against Chile, and Shaka was sought out. He was well regarded in England. Everybody knows this if you don't know, not just ESPN. And he chose to play for Trinidad. And there's a nice video I did I will put a short on EXTV on YouTube, but I will also put a link on the YouTube channel. It is in the YouTube channel where he discussed why he chose Trinidad and, how much of an honor it is for us to have a guy like him who really represents the country well, both on and off the field. He has the organization, Show Racism, the Red Card. Stefan, I think Trinidad should recall Telfa. I think so too. I think a lot of those players are still in there, and we might see them as well. David Naked's son. Welcome, Coach Dev. Is technically sound and can play 4 positions: left, right back, defensive, midfield, and center. I saw a video with that, Coach Dave. I don't know if it's Dev or Dave. And you're correct. I was impressed with what I saw. I saw some of the videos. And folks, as Coach said, go look at his videos. I think he's pretty good. YouTube could be deceptive, but I saw a couple of games. And, he could be a very good option. He has indicated, I think, Coach Dev, let me know if this is true. He has indicated his willingness to play for us, so he's ready. So I'm hoping our network, and maybe we are helping the network as well, folks. Take them a look at this. So Ellen Sam, yes, that is true. Go check his games. David Naked's son, the guy. Yes. So folks, for the younger viewers, if you don't know who David Naked is, he's one of our great players who played for us. And, his son is very talented. I've saw the videos and, we'll take a look. So Saudi Arabia resorting to deep crosses, which is good. The fact that we kind of looking solid. Alvin Jones has been looking comfortable in that position, but I also think that's due to the fact that our midfield and our attack has been taking that pressure away from the defense, just defending all the time. When you take the initiative, it puts the other team on the back foot. So it's important for us to get to the end of the half with this scoreline. It's 0-1 in the 42nd minute. Trying not to concede. Corner here, folks. Good clearance. I think that's Alvin Jones, who has been, folks, I know people criticize him, but in the centre-back position here, he's doing a great job. Well done, Alvin. He's a friend of mine as well. I have to try to be impartial sometimes, because sometimes I know the coaches and players. But at the same time, I have to be honest. It's an interesting dilemma I have. Ellen Sam, we can't get complacent. They can't let Sodia get behind us. Yes, we can't allow them to get back into the game. I'm looking at the replay here. Good clearance by Alvin Jones. But we can't. We can't allow them to get pressure. We need to take control of this game and at least see out the half 1-0. I would hate if we concede a sloppy goal. There's a little bit of a mix-up in the back here. We are trying to get the ball out. And, thankfully, a shot over the bar by Ayman. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Usually I have team sheets, folks. Dwight York is all smiles. The smiling assassin. Dante Sealy. So we have to make sure we have petered off a little bit, and naturally Saudi Arabia was going to respond. They're going to push things back. Folks, they keep showing the replay because it's that good. Folks on TikTok, if you're just joining us, Topper, Reezy, Jacob Daniel, Trini Spice, if you're joining us, stick with us. That goal that Trinidad Tobago scored was amazing, and overall, I've been impressed with our play. I'm not afraid to say when we're not playing well, but I'm also, I give people their flowers. The team has... Dwight York seems to have gotten his tactics right so far in this game. So everybody out there, let me know what you're thinking. I know we had some viewers from Paris last time. My brother and some of his friends are in Paris. Some people from the UK, some people from Canada, the US, and all around the Caribbean. I really appreciate the support. Coach Dave, welcome again. Justin Oblique is another quality player, plays in a championship in England. He has great potential. Listen, great. I would love to know more about these players, and I'm sure, highlighting these players on our end brings a lot of attention. I'm sure they have a network scouting to get these players. So I'm hoping in a short period of time between now and the qualifiers, we're able to use some of these players in a smart way, because to get them to play for us, there's a lot of paperwork and convincing the players of the project, getting them involved. It's a challenge. Ellen Sam, it was 99 degrees here today in Maryland. Listen, I know about that heat. I've experienced it. I went to Houston Dynamo once to do some football-related activities. It's too long to explain here, but I was there, and Dynamo was doing their preseason, and I thought I was a typical Caribbean man that could handle his sun, and I was wrong. Boy, was I wrong. Within maybe an hour after that session, I had a permanent piece of sunburn that I had for months. I felt dehydrated. My lips were chapped. I've been to Houston a lot this time of the year, and Vegas. Very hot. So, it's, even though we're Trinidadians, it's going to be very difficult. So there are 2 players on the ground, 3 players, 4. There are 5 players on the ground, folks. What is going on? There are 3 players for Trinidad and 2 for Saudi Arabia on the floor. Yes, I know, Ranella, what is going on? 5 players on the ground. Deron Payne as well, Coach Dev. I love that. Deron Payne expresses willingness to play for Volland FC Holland. He's a centre back. Great. Listen. This is good information. I like this information. Keep feeding me information as well. As it stands, folks, it's 45 minutes. It's 1 minute of extra time, and 5 players are down. So I'm looking at the replay. So 2 Saudi Arabia players were down. Then one of our players fell down. Then somebody off. So Mukhtar, one player is grabbing his face. Then Levi did a 50-50 challenge, which was fair. So Levi is down. I hope Levi is okay. So they all they all seem to be completely knocked out. So the physicality, folks, I did say the physicality is causing Saudi Arabia a problem. So if you all remember, the Saudi Arabia coach had this video that was all over Netflix where he inspired Saudi Arabia to come back against Argentina. And I'm sure at the halftime, he's probably going to have one of those. I can't repeat what he said, but I think it was something, you want to take a selfie with Messi? Or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. And, they came back. So, we cannot underestimate that. I'm sure York obviously has that experience, Dwight York, to keep the guys focused. These guys are probably the best combination I've seen for a while in all the games so far for me. I think against Jamaica, we had a good thing. Come on, Alvin. There's a foot race between Alvin Jones and one of their players. Very good tackle by Alvin Jones. Alvin, I'll send you a message after the game. I'll send you, a hydration drink. But Saudi Arabia with a header. Marvin doing good. Is it a corner or did he keep it outside? I think Marvin kept it in, folks. And he's arguing there was a shot. Marvin is arguing that he kept the ball in. Marvin, shout out to Marvin, Williamville, Gasparilla people. Who's near from Trinidad Tobago. That's where I'm from. I always see Marvin all the time when I go to buy food. Not even a look ref. So there's an argument that Marvin kept the ball in. He's saying he kept it in, and now they have awarded a corner to Saudi Arabia. I thought they should have looked at that, folks. They're not looking careless. It's not last-ditch tackles. I think that's Kevin Molino dropping deep. I think it's way past the 1 minute mark. I think it's halftime now, folks. It is halftime. It is 1-0, folks, the ideal scenario. TikTok people, let me know what you're thinking. Drop some likes. It really helps. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Share this to your friends. It's 1-0 to Trinidad and Tobago as it stands. If it stays like this, we make it to the next round. An amazing goal by Dante Silly. So while we're going to talk, usually I take a halftime break. Welcome back, CD Mangaka. I'm worried about the American game. Yes, I am. I hope America is not, doing something I don't like. Ever since we knocked them out of that 20 World Cup, I've been working in and around a lot of Americans, and most of them are cool, but there is that resentment. We did deny them a World Cup. And we knew how we felt when they denied us a World Cup back in the Strike Squad days. Because we need USA to win, and I would hate if USA take their foot off the gas. There's no pressure on them right now. They are under no obligation, but, that does not help us. USA needs to win. Pochettino, I'm a fan of Argentina as well. Make sure your players are focused. So welcome back, Nikki Cooper. I am worried as well. We can only focus on our game and hope USA does the job, and I'll be very mad if they don't. Rod's the best first. Yes, I agree, folks. Folks, let me know what you think in both TikTok and YouTube and wherever else we're streaming. What do you think? This has been our best performance I have seen in the first half. So the stats, 4 shots each, 2 shots on target for Trinidad, 0 for them, 7 fouls each, 0 offsides, 3 corners, 69% possession for Saudi Arabia, 31% for Trinidad and Tobago. Folks, this is a very close game. Very close game. So while we're doing this, while we're chatting, so Stephen, good half for Trinidad. Rods, yes, this is the best first half we've seen in a while. Ronel Joseph, yes, halftime. So good job so far, folks. I would say let's give them some applause so far. Send the good vibes. Good job. USA, that result is not what I would like, but getting a win playing good football. They're showing the replay again, folks. That's how good the goal is. TikTok people, welcome RR, welcome Electra. I like that name. Kinaj, everybody else in the TikTok stream, let me know what you're thinking. Trinidad and Tobago is taking on Saudi Arabia. Right now, it's halftime, folks. It is 1-0, and as it stands, we are second in the group unless Haiti does an upset on USA. That goal difference could become a problem. So we have to hope. I would like USA to just win. Nikki Cooper. Oh, Lime, welcome to the thing. Welcome to the live stream, Lime. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. Molino takes way too long on the ball sometimes. Keeps allowing easy turnovers. Yeah, I do see what you mean. Sometimes, we are trying to hold the ball up, but I think he's attempting to try to keep some possession in midfield. And yes, sometimes, maybe it's a second too long. But I think the more they play together, and they get accustomed to each other's runs. He will know where the other player is running and where to go and things like that. So, listen, folks, they are showing the replay over and over. There was a chance by Levi Garcia that could have made it 2-0 for us. I'm seeing it in the replays here. It was a great save from the Haitian goalkeeper. Here it is here. He hit it far post, but the keeper did well to drop down. So that is amazing. So people out there on the TikTok stream, let me know what you're thinking. Dexter Paquette, welcome. Let's go TT. Lime, true. But I do understand what you're saying, Lime. With quicker releases, we could create some chances. And I think that comes with practice. I think once you get used to your players and you start understanding that Levi is going to be there and that player is going to be there, it becomes telepathic and playing. And folks, playing against his team, and, I say this, with the utmost respect. Trinidad Tobago playing opposition teams. I'm just fixing a TikTok stream here, folks. Let's see if I can fix that. Yeah, playing with these kind of games, you won't get this kind of high-level competitive scenarios where you are forced to learn. These are the games that you learn from, folks. And this is good. So like I said, whatever the result takes place today, if we come away with playing good football, and even if it's not the ideal result, this is good. It shows progression. And sometimes we are emotional. We are fans. We want to win. And, ideally we'd love us to win everything. But we could see now there's progress in the players. And this is very exciting for us, folks. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Rods, take a rest and come back for halftime. Is that me? You want me to take a rest? I'm going to try to see if I can get his scores on the thing. Dilip Samlal, good job, team. Yes, welcome to the stream, Dilip. Rods, second half. Kevin Nanku, good night, Andre. You got an Argentina shirt, bro. I'm glad you brought that up, Kevin, and welcome. I want a Trinidad jersey, and it's impossible to find one. I do have one here, and I'll show you guys. I'll get it just now. And it has the autographs of the Trinidad Tobago team, but it's off the screen, so you can't see it. So, good. I want a Trinidad Tobago jersey, folks. Capelli, come on. I tried looking for it. Come on. Show me some love. Show me some love and give me a jersey. TikTok people out there, where can I find this jersey? There's one store I think that has it. I think. But I'll try. So you're right. I'm very glad you brought that up because that's valid. Show a little more love, 100%. Listen, I actually tried to find one in there's a stack of jerseys. You can't see it here, but I have a whole bunch of jerseys, and there's a Trinidad jersey I have with the autograph. So I don't want to wear that and spoil it. Nigel Pierre, welcome to the stream. Great night so far, Andre. Lime agreed this could possibly be the last test we see from the team until the World Cup. Got to finish strong, and yes, we do have to finish strong. I agree. So while we're speaking, folks, I know this is supposed to be our break. I'm going to try to see if I can pull up the live scores because I had it set up before. And I'm going to try to see. So welcome in the TikTok stream. Selector Robbie. I like that name. So I'm going to try to pull it up. So I do. EXTV has a nice arrangement. And if you're just joining us, folks, Trinidad Tobago is 1-0. Up against Saudi Arabia, and as it stands, we are second in the group, and it will be good enough for us to go through. But USA, we have to hope USA defeats Haiti, because if it goes on 4 points, then goal difference will be an issue, and we don't want that. So as it stands, a live standings from SofaScore, folks, which I tried to have on the screen, but didn't work. USA will have 6 points as it stands now. It's a draw as it stands. USA, 6 points. Trinidad Tobago will have... they'll have 7 points. What am I saying? 7 points. Trinidad Tobago will have 4 points. Saudi Arabia will stay on 3 with this loss. And Haiti will stay on 2. So that's why if Haiti goes on 4 points, folks, then goal difference and a lot of tiebreaker factors come into play. And we don't want that. So we're hoping USA does us a favor and at least get a win. Just to get that all the way. Dilip Samlal, check Ratans. I will. Listen, folks. People give Ratans a hard time. I never went there, but I saw some people grab some jerseys there. And, if you need a cheap jersey, grab them. So Ratans, guys, it's too difficult to get a jersey. In fact, I would even put out there, folks. I'm going to put it out in the universe. EXTV has a merchandise store as well. So for you international fans and local fans, if you want to support, you can go. It's in the link in the description. You can head over there and purchase merch. It does support the channel. It's some cool hoodies and cups, whatever. People in the States and US, it actually gets to you all very easily within 2-3 days, because the factory is in the US, and for Trinidadians, it will be a little bit longer, maybe a week or two. But, you know, I want to get a Trinidad Tobago jersey, folks. I'm going to see if I could probably speak to Capelli and have some distribution. And so that way viewers, we could do some giveaways and people... And I could wear a jersey on the stream. Come on, why can't I have a Trinidad Tobago jersey? But I do love Argentina, folks. And this is the 50th jersey anniversary team. Everybody, that's not a big secret. I love Argentina. That's I always love how they play. But we're talking about Trinidad Tobago right now. Welcome, Mark Blaze is back, of course. You said you would have a Trinidad shoot. Yes, I will. I actually ordered one already, so I did not forget. And I love that you all are checking me. I do have that jersey in transit, but I had to think about it. If I don't know the size of whoever the winner is going to be. So I already kind of ordered a couple. So when the win takes place, you know, I'll have to know the size of the person. I can't assume. But I am definitely doing that. I did not forget. So I'm glad you remember. So folks, you know, I am doing a giveaway from myself. This is from me, a Trinidad Tobago jersey to a random commenter and viewer. And I'll look at the other comments as well and people who subscribe and share the channel. So all these things help. So I will do that. Kevin, yes, it is indeed challenging to get. Don't worry, bro. I'm wearing an old version. I have an old version in my closet. I'm going to see. I was going to try to get it before the game started, but I had some technical issues at the beginning of the stream. The audio was off. It was pretty rough, folks. It was pretty rough out there. Nicola, Saudi Arabia is a bad team. Why they have too much odds to win before the match? They are so trash. They're not playing well now, Nicola, but Saudi Arabia is a very tough team. They have really good players. Their country has invested a lot of money in their football. The last time we played them in a friendly, it was 3-1. But kudos to us. Take nothing away from Saudi Arabia. I think we are playing really well and putting Saudi Arabia on the back foot. So that's really good. Saudi Arabia is not able to win today. They are so bad. This is from Nicola. Play very slow. No chance. No shots. So, Nicola, that is true. They are not playing well. But I just want to remind people, this is the same team that was playing terribly against Argentina. They had 4 goals disallowed, you know, offsides and things like that. And then they got 2 goals and shocked Argentina. So this coach does not mess around. He's probably having that dramatic speech he had, just like he had against Argentina, to get these guys to win. And so I would expect a response from Saudi Arabia, folks. And I hope Dwight York and they are preparing the team mentally for that response. So this game is far from over. I hope it stays like this, and I hope USA gets the win. Coach Dev, Justin Araujo Wilson, I remembered him. He's potential. He played in Czech Premier League. Listen, Coach, I'm really loving this information you're giving me. I'm learning a lot of players about these players. So this is really great. When I do my match previews, you all could join in on the conversations, and, you know, we talk about these players. I can't understand why he's not considered. I don't know if he is considered. You know, I'm sure, and if they don't know, I guess this is our way of helping them. I may do a post on extvmedia.com about players that who are not, you know, being seen, and, you know, we could put it out there and being called up. There's a lot of young players people are calling for in the setup that should get. I'm trying to pull up the scoreline for you here, folks. So I'm trying to see if I could do this, and hopefully I do an okay job. So while we're doing the halftime, I did promise to try to see if I could put the scoreline up. So I'm going to put up the social media handles as well. So while we're talking, keep dropping the comments, folks. Ronaldo Strachan, welcome. Love the emojis. Dexter Paquette, I wear large. So Dexter is letting me know one time, folks, you know, what his thing is wearing. Let me fix the background as well. I have a nice EXTV background, so I'm going to put that back, folks. I'm going to try to pull up the scoreline for everybody. And I really appreciate the stream. Let me know if you all are hearing me okay. We did have some audio issues at the beginning. I don't know what caused that, but, you know, it's good now. Even if YouTube titles were changed, I feel like it's a conspiracy. So I'm going to try here, folks, while we're doing this, to load up. That's a wonderful thing about technology, folks. The stats on the screen. So let's see if I could do that. I'm going to use my skills here. Folks, keep dropping the comments. Coach Dev, Justin Araujo plays in the Czech Premier League. Listen, I really appreciate this information, folks. Keep dropping them in. So, folks, be sure to keep liking, keep sharing. TikTok people out there, I would love to see. I see Molly has joined. I see Trini Spice is still here, continuously joining. Z has joined. Keep letting me know. Keep letting me know your halftime talks. Folks, what do you think about the performance? Do you think we could see this game out? So while we're talking here, I'm going to try to see if I can load it up on the screen here. So I'm going to try something, folks, and I hope I do a good job. So while we're talking here, I may pause for a couple seconds to concentrate and see if I could really get this thing going. So I'm gonna try this now. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm trying it. So it's a little bit of a tricky issue here, but I'm trying it. I hope it works. I hope it works. So there we go. I am trying, folks. So I think I did get something here, folks. I think I may have had some success with this. We're getting some beautiful data from SofaScore. I'm seeing something here. I don't know if it's gonna work. But I'm trying it here, folks. I'm trying it here. So if you're just joining us, it's halftime. And Trinidad Tobago is 1-0. And SofaScore is asking me for my consent. I'm trying to pull the data up, folks. I'm trying really hard to give you all this information, but I'm not having. I thought I had some success just now. So, folks, if you're in the live stream and you're joining in, let me know what you think about the score so far. It seems as if I am getting it. I'm going to try. So I'm not getting a. They keep asking me for permission. I don't know how to do it. So you live streamers out there, you can let me know what you think. Naldo Prescott, welcome. Justin Araujo and Angus are falling out, and since then they never considered him again. Hopefully things changes. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. I know that happens behind the scenes. Ellen Naldo, welcome to the chat. Ellen Sam just went to halftime show on Fox. One of those commentators called our team a high school team, but took it back when he saw Seeley's goal. Listen, I know a lot of these Americans. I have much love for Thomas Rongan. He works for beIN Sports and Fox. These guys are my friends. But I have to admit, since I was a kid, there's a lot of condescending comments they make towards us. I mean, yes, they do beat us. We do lose games. But they need to show some respect, man. I mean, we show respect to teams that we beat. I've seen a lack of professionalism by them. When they get smacked around by other teams like World Powers, you don't see that disrespect. You don't hear the Brazils and the Argentinas and the Germanys saying they're schoolboys. And, you know, they need to check themselves. And I don't like that. So it is what it is. So that's, Ellen, thanks for bringing that to my attention. You know, I see some of them and I give them stick. They do condescend. With all due respect, they need to stop that. Kevin Nanku, we need to see out in the second half adjustments, which would be Saudi Arabia. It's a good test. We need to see out the second half adjustments, which will be made by Saudi. It's good. It's a good test, as in the final phase of qualifying. We have 3 games on the road. I assume our opening game is against Curacao. Yes, all that is true. And Curacao is going to be a tough game. For those of you who don't know, Curacao is not an easy team. Make no mistake. Jelian, welcome to the chat. Jelian, hi. People in the TikTok thing, welcome as well. Alal Mohammed, Avisha, Georgine, welcome. Nikki Cooper, I think I heard Donovan commenting and saying this is the worst Trinidad team, and I find it's silly saying that to a team that's building. Listen, with all due respect to these guys, and I have worked with them, folks. I have worked with some, not with Donovan, but with some American guys. Thomas Rongan is great, folks. He works for Inter Miami and also beIN Sports. And a couple others as well, and, you know, Shaka, and, you know, I really think sometimes they are a bit disrespectful. You can't say what you have to say without being condescending. I don't think they even know that they do it. But, you know, you could speak about football without being condescending, and some of them do it. When we beat them in 2018, they were making fun of us before the match. They were putting a post on their official U.S. men's national team social media, making fun of our stadiums, and the players were walking through the water and stuff like that. So it is what it is. They need to stop that and, you know, call them out when they do it. Welcome RJ Nanal to the chat. James Show to the chat. Ellen Sam, but we beat them when it counts. And that's the thing. They beat us 5-0 and whatever, and that's correct. But we have gotten results against them in the past. And, you know, they had to take that and basically, as we say in Trinidad, take that and hush your mouth. So, you know, for the international viewers, that's some real Trinidadian slang there. Jelian, I hope Soca Warriors win. I do as well. Yes, it is, Kevon. It is disrespectful, and it is an understatement. They do it. I've worked around them in the CONCACAF Champions League. They generally have this disdain and look at us, look down, and it's unacceptable, man. Not just them, but other countries as well. I see the TikTok feed is going a little bit crazy. I hope it settles. The feed is jumping a little bit. It looks like I'm doing karate. That's what it's looking right now. I probably will stop it and restart it just now. But I'm trying to get the scores on the screen, folks. And I am having a bit of a hard time doing that because I had something set up before the game. And now it's not working. So I don't know why I can't get that window that is showing up. But I'm trying my best, folks. I'm trying my best to get it to see what I mean. Pass it off to Molino. Yeah, so obviously the game has resumed. I did not get any success with the live score. I'm going to try to figure it out for the next stream. But I did get, I just put out my socials there. So we're back, and, we have to remain, not be complacent. So folks, if you're just joining us, folks in the TikTok stream, I don't know what's going on and why I'm moving like I'm breakdancing. I hope that settles. I don't know if that's a glitch in the TikTok thing. It's a dual screen. I don't know what's going on and why that's happening, but it's happening. I think it's stabilized now. So Trinidad, we're going to have to not be complacent. It is the 48th minute, and we are back. Coach there. So I don't know. I don't have facts to verify that. I've heard in the past that there's a lot of things that goes on behind the scenes. It would be irresponsible of me as a guy who works in media to say things that I don't know. But I've heard things. I've spoken to players. They tell me things, and there's a lot of politics, unfortunately. Human beings. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of coaches that get affected by these things. But as folks, if you're just joining us in the live stream, we're back. It's the second half. I felt like the time flew by very quickly. I tried to put the scoreline up, but it didn't work. Maybe, if the football gods will it, that we make it to the next round, I'll have it sorted by the time the World Cup comes around. Folks, what do you think? I was actually thinking about doing some of these live at games. I don't know how the connection is going to be. There's a lot of paperwork. There's a lot of people that give me a hard time, folks. I won't lie to you. So this is where the fans, I really appreciate your support and really encouraging me to do these things. So we're heading in. I'm seeing the comments flying in. Ellen Sam, Lalas is always a joke. I always like Landon Donovan, the only American I like. Yeah, Landon Donovan is a top player. Alexi Lalas says some things that are very strange sometimes. These guys, I think they're very out of touch globally. I think within the American society, they are the standard, I believe. I know there's a lot of people within, so I don't agree with everything he says. There's a lot of things I roll my eyes at. I think he's just a former player who, says what he has to say. He has his opinions, and I disagree with a lot of them. So, Jim Woo Song, welcome. Alvin Sia to the live chat. Also to the people in the live stream. Welcome. I really appreciate the views. Trinidad and Tobago, it's the 50th minute. It's 1-0. And as it stands, let me take a look at the other game. If I could pull up the data really quickly. In the USA game. So, USA. It's 1-1 still in the 52nd minute, folks. So, that's not ideal for us. As the table stands, USA on 7, Trinidad and Tobago on 4. Saudi Arabia on 3. So a win outright gets us, but he could complicate things for us. So we have to hope USA does us a favor. Well, I know Trinidad and Tobago fans have their issues. Coach Dev, TT needs to stop picking players who they like and pick players who can make a difference. I've heard that in the past from coaches and players and people. So I hope that's not the case this time when people get their fair chances. I know there are some players that have good shouts and who get called in. So I'm hoping, we make the best of our resources. It has hurt us in the past. Stephen Perrault, Landon Donovan needs to find his hairline before talking about TT. Oh my God, listen, you caught me off guard with that one. But there is a condescending attitude. They do have that very American, way about them. And, it is what it is. We could only focus on ourselves and try the best to get our results and earn respect from people. And, just do our job. And it starts with us and us doing the right things. And, a lot of people are telling us, welcome Bishop Andre Francis. There's a lot of Andres in the chat, folks. Somebody pointed that out to me. I really see a lot of Andres in there. Just a coincidence, my name is Andre. So welcome to the chat. Is it Bishop Andre Francis? Welcome. I hope people are seeing the stream and joining in. I really appreciate this, that you guys are really enjoying this live stream and enjoying the commentary. Share it to your friends, share it to everybody. Let's get some people in here. Saudi Arabia in the box, but easily cleared by Alvin Jones. Easily cleared. Saudi Arabia trying to play for the penalty. Alvin Jones and those guys are being very vocal in the box right now, folks. So Saudi Arabia is applying a little bit of pressure. They don't have us pinned back, though, which is good. I think our players are kind of forcing them. They're not really pushing us back like in other games. They're getting a ball in. There is a chance Saudi Arabia almost scored, folks. It was a floated ball into the box. They got a free shot. It could have been an equalizer for us. So this is where we have to keep sharp, folks. This is where that second goal would have come in. Saudi Arabia is not going to take this sitting down. So there was a deep cross from outside. And he got in. It looks like it was offside, I think. But the point is he got in between our centre-backs. He had a chance. Marvin pretty much had it covered, but still, that was pretty rough. Soca Lover, what was the scene? Welcome to the live stream, Soca Lover. Feel free to drop your comments and, support. Let me know what you think about what's going on in the game. But that is a bit of a wake-up call for Trinidad to keep our composure. I am sure, and I told you all this at halftime, Saudi Arabia is going to come in with, they're going to respond. They're going to respond. And I'm sure I see, in the background you have Derek King and, his analyst, Russell Latapi, and those guys, that they're going to have to respond. We're going to need the experience of our players, and we're going to have to put up that fight and expect a reaction. Kevin Molino getting physical, which is good, slowing things down. He's a guy with experience. He's speaking to the refs, getting in there, getting involved with the game and, getting stuck in, as a lot of people like to say in the UK. So Kevin Molino is throwing his weight around, and I like this. This is a player that recovered from some serious injuries. I did some really cool interviews with him. We played some EAFC matchups together. Saudi Arabia now applying some pressure, spreading the ball out wide. It's a 1v1 right now. They're in the box. It's not very threatening as it is, but they are trying to find it, passing the ball around the top of the box with some intricate little passing, trying to stretch our defense. Levi doing a good job to come back and stop that. I think that it was a foul. It is a foul. He's trying. I don't like the Saudi Arabians are trying to get a yellow card. He's implying that Levi elbowed him in the face. I think Levi just body checked him. I'm glad that Levi is dropping back to get stuck in. We do need a second. There's a lot of players that are very disrespectful to us. Soka Lava, yes, and welcome. Elan Sam, Nikki Cooper, we need a second goal. Yes, we do. Lime, yes, we do. Folks, it's a free kick to Saudi Arabia. So far, clearance. Good blocking so far. It's still in the box. A lot of 50-50 balls. But a lot of determination. I think that was Levi Garcia dropping back and doing the defensive work and frustrating Saudi Arabia. And I like what I'm seeing, folks. It's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. It's not perfect. But, let me know what you think about that. Ellen Sam, Saudi Arabia playing much better. Yes, and I'm not surprised. They are capable of that kind of football. Their coach does not tolerate that nonsense. There's a bit of a stop and play right here now, folks. So it's in the 55th minute. Trinidad and Tobago are leading 1-0. So as it stands, we are doing really... This is what we need to get in. Saudi Arabia are making a bit of a surprise. Not the call-up, but the position he's playing in. I think him and... oh my God, why can't I remember his name right now? Cardenas are playing really great. I was a bit worried, because I know Alvin Jones looked a bit upset after the USA game, but he is playing really well positionally. He seems to be handling that centre-back position really well. There's a lot of communication. It's not perfect, but you could see there was some thought going into this. We combined, the more workman-like midfielders to do the work so Molino could run around, and then the experience of Levi, Molino, and Dante Sealy are causing problems. We are not sitting back, and we are taking initiative, which is taking some pressure off the defense. Saudi Arabia are looking frustrated. And folks, as we saw in the World Cup, this is a team that does not lie down. They are going to play till the end of this game, so we have to be very mindful. I'm seeing here on my screen, York is having a conversation with what I think is his analyst. Coach Dev. Coach, is it Dev or Dave? Let me know. In the TikTok feed, let me know what's going on as well. I see a lot of people are joining in. Gloria, Maya, Messi the GOAT. So Ellen Sam, so Coach Dev, coaching is more than shouting instructions to players, it's more getting players. Yes, correct. It's more getting players to buy into your system. It's a philosophy and it's a science. Correct, all correct. And you need time to work with your players. Who would we face in the quarters? I don't know right now. If some of you in the comment section know this, you could let me know. Be sure to, folks, if you're joining us right now, it's 1-0 Trinidad Tobago in the 57 minutes against Saudi Arabia. I don't know who we'll face right now. Folks, you could let me know in the comment section. First of all, already, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Me and them one. So let me know what you think. Complimenting Molino in the midfield. So there is a little bit of an improvement. Welcome, Gloria, on the TikTok feed. So folks, I did try to get the scoreline. Nikki Cooper, gosh, the time moving. Yes. That was a very crucial tackle by Alvin Jones. Did he get the corner? Is it a throw-in? So Alvin Jones was a little bit calm. So folks, we have to make sure we maintain our concentration. In the past, around the 60th minute, we have a tendency to kind of slow things down and not really do things the way we should do it. So I'm sure York and those guys have considered this. I'm going to try to hydrate while we're doing this with my protein drink. I won't show the labels for sponsorship reasons. Nobody getting freebies on EXTV. Show some support. So this is my protein. This is my dinner, folks. I'm missing my dinner to watch this game. Who it is. But there's some subs warming up. So, Dwight York looking to make some changes. Hopefully the tactical changes don't destabilize the team. It looked like Jamaica, the runner-up for Group C. Oh no, Saudi Arabia is in the box. They hit the bar. Oh my gosh. They have equalized, folks. They have equalized. Marvin did his best to close things down. So as it stands, it is now 1-1, folks, in the 59th minute. This is not a great scenario for us. We have to win. We have to win. Saudi Arabia getting an equalizer. This is what we are worried about. Yes, Ellen Sam, it's 1-1. Renal Joseph, oh my God. Coach Dev. Yes, it's Dev. Okay. So they keep doing these crosses from deep. And he got past Alvin Jones, hit the bar. And Marvin Phillip was not able. He did enough to push it onto the bar, but there was not anybody there to get that clearance. So this is what I was worried about, folks. This is what I was worried about. You see, yes, I think we all identified this was a problem. This would have been a problem for us. So as expected, Saudi Arabia did give a fight back, and they got it's 1-1. But all is not lost, folks. But we kind of saw this coming. So Ellen Sam, I see now what? Well, we have to win. So, the team is going to have to try to get that, not attack recklessly, but go for it. I did feel as if we were not taking it to them that much. And, once again, we are in a reactive state. We're going to have to get that goal. So we're going to have to attack cautiously so we don't concede another goal. And we don't end up in a situation like Haiti where we're kind of frozen. We don't want to attack. We don't want to defend. And we're kind of in that frozen state. And the players don't want to make mistakes. Renal Joseph been saying need a second. Yes, we did. You were right, and I agree with you. If we got that second goal, it would have been easier going in. So now Trinidad has to kind of take initiative, and we have the capabilities to do so. Sharish Gosain, yes, sad face, correct. DeForest, welcome to the chat. Is Cardenas doing better? Is it coming off? It looks that way. He looks like a little bit disappointed. I don't know if that's. Oh no, that's Saudi Arabia wasting some time, folks, and I think they're basically doing that to try and TikTok people. If you're joining us, it's 1-1 in the 61st minute. So as it stands, this is not the ideal scenario. So I see Molino and Garcia talking. There's a lot of arguments taking place. So Molino being a leader and talking to his players. Ellen Sam, we just had a chance. Yes, we did. So we're gonna have to create and play with some courage. Because at this point in time, when it gets to maybe the 75th minute or the 80th minute, we have to be calm, not attack recklessly, but keep creating chances so we could get that result. Because Saudi Arabia, as it stands, they're good. A draw is good enough for them. So I'm hoping there's some complacency. And this is the mental aspect I keep talking about, folks. This is where we need to really focus and be lethal and take those chances. So I see even in the... some of my other groups over here, I see in the other chats here. So in TikTok, folks, if you're just joining us, it's 1-1 in the 62nd minute. As it stands, if it stays like this, we will not go through. Saudi Arabia and USA will go through. There's a pause in play, which will probably add some extra time. But anybody who's played football knows when you want to kind of kill the momentum of the other team, you kind of roll around. So, Coach Dev, let's see the attitude after conceding. Correct. Let's see the reaction of this team, how they react to this situation. Do they put their heads down and give up, like in some cases in the past, or do they fight? And they fight intelligently with emotional intelligence. That's something that a lot of people don't talk about. Emotional intelligence, you see it. I did a thesis on that in my university degree, sports management. On that and other aspects of, developing with athletes and in people in general. That ability to stay calm and get things done under pressure, which is very difficult. But it seems to be a significant injury. The Saudi Arabian guys out there, there's some Mexicans celebrating. So it seems as if, I think it's a little bit of a, I don't want to diminish if it's a possible injury, but I think this is perfect to kill the momentum. This is where Trinidad and Tobago could have a discussion. Dwight York and Russell Latterby on the sideline could have players, but I think they're wasting time. I think this is a tactic to just take some momentum out of the game. Stretch, he's going to stretch as much as possible, but we're going to edit things in. So we're going to look Sealy beating his guy very skillfully. So we have the players to take them on, and we had a great chance. I don't know why the keeper, I have seen nothing to indicate where that keeper should be holding his head. There was nobody on him. So this is a set play, folks. It is 1-1. Can we get it? And can we apply that pressure that we need in a smart way? Folks, let me know what you think in the comment section. Can Trinidad turn this around? We are still in it. It is by no means a lost cause. We have to, at this point, not worry about USA and Haiti right now. We have to worry about ourselves. We do look a bit more composed. And, getting the ball to our attacking players and creating some opportunities will be great for us. So, as it stands, USA 7 points, Saudi Arabia 4, Haiti 2, Trinidad 2. So, a draw is not good enough for us right now. So we do have the ball on top of their box. We are creating plays. Levi is causing some problems here. Trinidad is passing the ball around. I think Phillips could have done a bit better with his first touch there on top of the box. We do have a throw-in. So we are taking the game back to them, folks. Saudi Arabia is not invulnerable, so we do have that ability to take it on. As you could see, yeah, folks. Oh, I'm seeing the replay. It was a hard hit on the head. Molino ran in for the shot and his knee hit him. So legit... it was a proper hit, to be fair to the goalkeeper. And yes, they are wasting time. So people in the live stream, let me know what you think, what's going on. Molino has come off. So this is interesting. He probably doesn't have the legs for 90 minutes. So Fortune has come on. A lot of people have been asking for him. So we'll see how that goes. So folks, if you're joining in, be sure to like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you think. Can we come back, folks? Let me know what you're thinking. Support the live stream. I really appreciate this watch along. I did this because of you all. We are getting some plays on the wing, folks. Can Trinidad and Tobago pull something out of this game? I think we need to keep... I don't know who was the other player that came off, though. So Molino came off for Ajani Fortune. And I'm trying to see on my screen here. And Phillips came off. Okay, all right. So Stefan is on for Phillips. So... Levi is still on. I think that's good. We need somebody like Levi. Obviously, Spicer is not... He didn't start. I don't know if he's injured. I didn't get to see the pre-match lineup. So we're going to see, because Molino did a great job controlling the middle. Can these guys do the job Molino was doing? And, so far Saudi Arabia is kind of breaking through. They're muscling their way through. They seem to be getting a lot more control of the ball since Molino came off. And I think they're trying to take advantage of that. So there's a lot of pressure on our players in the back here. Doing a good job to keep possession of the ball. There's two Saudi players battling ferociously to get the ball, and he did draw the foul. So that's a good job by Raymond. Raymond doing a good job. Saudi is very physical, folks, and I did say that in our match preview, that this is a team that can turn it on if they need to. So, I was a little bit worried in the second half with that change. So we'll see how it goes. So I'm seeing some comments here. I'm going to see if I could pull up the score on the screen. I was quiet for a few seconds. So yes, as it stands, folks, if you're just joining us, hey, the real Greg, what's going on, Greg? Welcome to the TikTok live stream. We have the live stream on Singing Voice. You could check him out. He's also is 1-1 As it stands, if the score stays like this, we don't go through. We did have an improvement in this game, so we need to win this game, folks. As it stands, USA is on top of the group. Saudi Arabia is second in the group. They will have 4 points. But we need a win, folks. And 1-0 is not enough. We should have gotten 2-0 in the first half. Molino is off. So will we get the tactical improvement that we need? Because Molino does give us that possession in the midfield. And I think we kind of lost that a little bit. So let's see if these guys could kind of create that. We did lose a little bit of creativity here. So nice ball from Levi, I think. We are not having that same control we had maybe in the first half with Molino there. So this is a good experiment. Remember, I spoke about the dynamic with the midfielders. You know, and yes, El and Sam, they are more physical. They are definitely more physical. Can we make it, folks? Trinidadian fans, let me know what you think, what's going on. And if there's any Saudi Arabian fans or other fans in the Caribbean watching the live stream, let me know what you think. Let me know if you think we're going to make this, would respond. And, you know, I was hoping they would not get that goal, but I'm not surprised by the response. This is not an easy team, but this is very good. This is where we see what this team is made of, and they grow. We are not having the control in the middle that we had in the past, in the first half. And I think that's a testament to Molino and his influence. So we're going to have to see how the substitutes perform in getting that. Because since the substitutions, I think this is where Nathaniel James is coming on. So we'll need somebody like him to really take that play to Saudi Arabia and take some control of the game, because we have lost a little bit of that control of the middle. Let's see who's going to come off. Unknown entity, welcome to the TikTok live feed. Folks, if you're just joining, Kevin Nanko, we honestly need to create yes, we do. I did mention this in the first half, you know, who replaces Kevin Molino in games like this, of his characteristics. So we need a player like that. So Nathaniel James came on for Real Gil. Nathaniel James is a very powerful attacking player. He can dribble really well. But Kevin Molino brings that ability to slow things down. I know some people are complaining maybe too long, but he does have that ability to give us that little control in midfield, that composure with the players. As Kenwin said in our last reaction last time, it gives the players confidence to give the ball to him to create things. And we are losing that a little bit right now. So yes, so Saudi Arabia, I noticed they did resort to doing crosses from deep, like from way out, like deep crosses that has caused us some problems. Welcome their fest to the stream, Saudis with more shots, but Trinidad with more shots on target. Yes, we have been more efficient in terms of our shot on targets on goal. Saudi Arabia in our box here now. I'm hoping our defense maintains some composure. Saudi Arabia, since Molino's withdrawal, has been making more headway into our box. So we're going to have to... Wow, this is almost a replica. They hit the post, folks. Almost a replica goal of what they scored against Argentina from almost the same position, and they hit the bar. So this is what I told you, folks. Saudi Arabia, there is no telling what they can do. They're going to fight. Oh my goodness, could this be goal number 2 for Saudi Arabia? A clearance off the line, folks. A clearance off the line. Saudi Arabia is putting the pressure on us, folks. This could, I think, it didn't cross the line. I didn't get to see the replay properly. So it could have been 2-1 to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is putting on the pressure exactly as we expected. Around the 70th minute, the substitutes really have to show something. Yes, we got lucky, Ellen. We got lucky. He has to be injured. That's the only reason I think he's not playing. Or tactical. I can't imagine what that could be. So, folks, we lost that ability to hold the ball in the midfield. So now Sealy and they are now dropping deep. They are not getting that supply that they were getting with Kevin Molino being able to keep the ball. And Saudi Arabia is taking advantage of that. So, yes, Nikki, I think he's hurt, but we'll see. Ellen, I don't know as well. But we are holding on a little bit, folks. And this is expected. Saudi Arabia is now taking control of the game. They look more composed. In the first half, we were kind of controlling the midfield a little bit more, so they are attacking down the wings. Saudi Arabia loves to cut in on the top of the box and swinging those shots. Another shot as well. So this is, to me, that's good if they're taking shots from outside. You know, that we're limiting their shots. But Saudi Arabia hitting, I think, the bar just now in a way that's very, very, very reminiscent of the goal they scored against Argentina to give them that 2-1 victory against Argentina. So we could see the replay here. It was cleared off the line by Garcia, I think, which was great. Brilliant clearance. So this is the kind of determination we need, folks. And then I think it's the same spot that they scored against Argentina. Exact technique. In this case, it was a little bit high and it hit the bar, folks. Wow. So Saudi Arabia is taking charge. We need to take control of this game. We are losing control of the midfield now. We no longer have control of the midfield like we did in the past. Saudi Arabia have stepped it up as expected. Levi is now kind of fighting for scraps. There's a 2 versus 1 at Levi. Levi doing well to hold up the ball here in the 73rd minute. Waiting for support. He has none. Nobody is there. He still has the ball, but nobody supported Levi. Levi was looking for that support, and he didn't get it. And now Saudi Arabia has transitioned into attack very quickly. But I think, Levi did a really good job. Welcome, Anne-Marie. Welcome, All Degree on the TikTok. Real Gib. Listen, show me some support. Let me know what's going on in the TikTok stream. We need to get that win, folks. If you're just joining us on the YouTube live stream and on TikTok as well, Trinidad Tobago, it's 1-1. We have been playing better, but we need to get a win, folks. Ellen Sam, this blasted referee's the worst. Yes, that was crazy. I don't understand what took place there. But there is a yellow card. And, folks, I think we have a chance. And just like the Haiti game, I think we have a chance in this game. And this is where the team has to show character, just like Coach Dev said. Lime has to be gill off. Yes, he looks burnt. Kevin Nanku, our players need to be confident and accountable with and without. Correct. And I did say this in the first half. When Molino is not playing, who are the players that are going to step up and take that creative responsibility and control? Molino gives us that. He could slow things down. He could speed things up. We did seem to lose that a little bit. The game is a little bit more frantic now. So we need that player who could hold that position. And I know somebody mentioned, I think it was Nanku, to keep that ball. Sometimes that ability to hold the ball up. Now that responsibility has fallen to Levi. So Nathaniel James is on. But Levi, even though he's a wide player in attack, he does have the ability to hold the ball up. He has that physicality. Maybe in the future, York could use him, depending on the players we have in that position as well. But, he is deadly on the wings. He has ability to hold the ball up. There is a foul off the play of off the ball foul here. Something is going on. Is the ref looking at it? Is it a possible yellow card? I think Nathaniel James was fouled. I didn't see the replay, so I'm going to take a look at the replay. It seems pretty bad because our player's rolling around. Let's see. So this was off the ball. He grabbed... Okay, so our player was tucked down and choked. And looked very uncomfortable. He grabbed him by his neck. I mean, this is a rough game. He looks like he's struggling to get back up. He's in pain. So as it stands, folks, the standings are USA on 9 points. I'm guessing USA are ahead in the other game. Saudi Arabia on 4. So we have to take this game. This is where we show some character and at least go down fighting. So a great save by Marvin. Equally great coverage by Garcia. Very good mental awareness to run behind your keeper, because sometimes players don't do that. They just stand and let the ball roll in. So good fight by Garcia to run in. I mean, in all that crawling, he should have gotten up. But still, great. Welcome, Josh DP. Welcome, Josh. I think I remembered you from last time in the TikTok stream. So this seems to be a bad injury, folks. We don't have time on our hands. I'm seeing the medical staff gesturing. He has to come off. Oba, I know him really well. I worked with him in the CPL, which is the Caribbean Premier League for cricket. Great guy. It seems like it's a bad injury. Should be at least a yellow, because it was very intentional. It was off the ball. I don't know if they're going to look at that. This will be a good time for Dwight York to have some, share some conversations with his players. But now, this is interesting. So, Ajani Fortune is off. And he looks like he's in difficulty, folks. He doesn't look okay. I think the way how he grabbed his neck, even the Saudi Arabia player looks like he's a little bit older gentleman of the game. I'm hoping, I'm wondering who is going to come on. Ellen Sam, yes, I saw that 2-1. So, no, that's irrelevant. It looks pretty bad, and he's coming off on a stretcher. There was no discussion. Both the medical staff they said he had to come off, so I hope he's okay. The ball is stuck underneath the medical staff's legs. This looks bad, so I'm going to see who's coming on. It looks like Jovan Jones. I'm trying to see here who's coming on. A lot of people have been asking why Jovan Jones did not start or feature regularly. I don't know if it's a fitness issue. I mean, he's a great wide player. We may get the answer, because I see the medic is rubbing Jovan Jones' chest. So he clearly has some sort of issue that he's carrying. I see both Russells, Russell Atapi and Ross Russell, getting their stuff in order. So I hope the players, Jovin Jones is a great player. We're going to need his experience. Saudi Arabia making their substitutions. Marwan Al-Safi is coming on for Saleh Al-Sheri. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Folks, no disrespect, but Saudi Arabia is a very good team. And I think with all things considered, so far, we have been performing really well. What I'm seeing here, and I'll talk about this in a post-match reaction, which we'll do after the game. Last time we had Kenwin. Andre won't be making it. He has some personal stuff to deal with. So, when he's ready, he'll be back. Maybe I'll just do it myself immediately after the game. I'll also try to go to the press conference. Folks, Nikki, come on, Warriors, we can win. Folks, in the live stream, let me know what you think is going on. What do you think? Do you think we're going to win? I'm doing this live stream because you all encouraged me to do this, and I'm really appreciating the support. Everybody out there, let me know what you're thinking. If the audio is okay, if you're hearing me okay, what do you think about the game? Where you're watching the game? Where you're watching the game from? I know there's people from all over the planet. Let me know what you think is going on. So, Alvin Jones has come off, and Kaim Thomas is coming on. Interesting. So that means Jovin Jones is going to go out wide because he's a wide player. So we're probably going to, just for a tactical adjustment, so we're going to whip the ball into the box here. It was cleared by Saudi Arabia. So we're whipping it in again. A lot of balls into the box. I feel it was a bit too speculative. Maybe we could have passed the ball around it, but the delivery, the keeper was able to grab the ball safely. Drex 868. If I'm York, I'd look to push through on the wings and force across. Create opportunities. We need to control the middle a little bit more. Saudi Arabia it's perfect for them right now. They are under no obligation to attack, but they're not sitting back as well, and I think that's great for them. They are trying to create some plays. I think the substitution of Alvin Jones is what I saw. I hope I read correctly. I think it's to make the accommodation for Jovin Jones. Sealy has come off. So York is playing his cards now. I think Sealy, Rion Moore, and David are on the team ASAP. Yeah, so there's a lot of players people have been calling for, and we'll see how that goes. As we move along closer to the qualifiers, if we'll play more friendlies. We need to play as much games as possible with our best team. It's very difficult with the international windows. They're very small. Levi seems to be holding his groin. I really hope he's not injured, because Levi has some recurring injuries that has slowed him down in his career from time to time. So I'm hoping he's not injured. I'm hoping it's a temporary thing. So I think we've played most of our cards so far. He seems to be running okay. Or maybe playing through the pain, folks. So if you're just joining us, folks, it's the 81st minute. As it stands, USA are on top their group. So it will be USA on 9 points, Saudi Arabia on 4 points. We would still be on 1 point. Well, we would end up on 2 points. And Haiti would stay on 1. So Nathaniel James is breaking through. He's fighting. And I like that about Nathaniel James. Nathaniel James does give us that grit and fight that we need in games like this. I remember there was a game in... Could this be a shot, folks? Oh my God, ref. Why did you stop the play? We had a chance for a shot and the ref stopped the play. And like I said, I do have an issue with a lot of these Central American refs. There's a neutrality and biasness issue that has been raised. We did have a clear shot on goal and the ref called it back. So Jovin was going to take the corner, but I see it switched. Can we make something from this corner, folks? We need to win, folks. We need to win, folks, on the TikTok. Let me know what you think. You doing it on TikTok? The reaction that is. I will be doing it on YouTube. This is for the TikTok people, folks. So Greg, I'll be doing it on TikTok. Candy join as well. Last time I had Kenwin. The other time before I had Andre. Today I'm not too sure the availability of these guys because of the time zones. So I may do a quick one myself. I will try to attend the virtual press conference depending on the engagement afterwards. So Trinidad are trying to put some pressure. Saudi Arabia trying to get the counter. Good recovery here. It's a good ball back to Marvin. Saudi Arabia forcing us back here, folks. So it's the 83rd minute. We have to win. We have to show a response. And the players are looking like they are putting some fight in. Cardenas with a nice ball. Is it offside? Doing well to be the... That should be a yellow. Nathaniel James was fouled. That should be a yellow. He did really well to beat the offside trap. And I think that should have been a yellow. But let's see the replay, folks. So Nathaniel James showing a lot of grit. I really like that about him. And let's take a look at the foul, folks. Okay, no, it was pretty good. He got his foot to the ball. So we need to take advantage of these opportunities. So Jovin Jones another experienced player like Molino in there. So we're going to need his experience in this game, folks. So Jovan Jones is going to try to whip it in. You know, he was a star player, for those of you who don't know, at Seattle Sounders. Well loved there, won a lot of titles. Went to Darmstadt in Germany. And then he actually had a brief stint in Inter Miami. And it would have been nice to see him play with Lionel Messi. But, you know, he left. He's a good chance. Ellen Sam, yes, I agree. Those referees are biased. Yes, they are playing. They are not afraid to play very physical. Ref, that should be a foul. That is ridiculous. There was a foul on one of our players, and the ref said play on. Good reading by Marvin Phillip to come out and get that ball to sniff out potential, you know, speculative chance by Saudi Arabia. USA are doing their part, Kevin. They are doing their part. So we have to do ours. Watching the game, where you're watching the game. Folks, let me know where you're watching the game from as well. So we're out on the wings here. We're getting some good space on the wings. Saudi Arabia doubling up on the wings to try to stop us from getting in on the wings. Doing really well to keep the ball in play after that tackle. So they're clearly trying to neutralize our attacks on the wings. Good win by our centre-backs there. I think it was Garcia. So Cardenas is trying to activate an attack. Another great through ball by Cardenas. That's his second time. The control, though, he was let down by the control. There's a lot of fighting. Nathaniel fighting in the box. Nathaniel is causing problems in the box, folks. He has that grit. Or was it Levi? I think it was Levi. Yes, it was Levi Garcia. So Levi and Nathaniel showing some fight, which is what I want to see. You know, we might as well go for it now. You know, the team has improved, folks. I mean, out of our rating, so far I would give the team maybe a 7 out of 10. You know, Saudi Arabia is a top quality team, and we are showing character that we can go toe-to-toe with these teams. We have the players that can handle it. Ellen Sam. We don't have a lot of MLS players as years back, no. But we have a lot of young players that people don't know about.
Sure how to help you with that.
My Alexa just came on for some reason. But anyway, so there's a long throw into the box. Saudi Arabia could have a breakaway. Good win. A good win here. Clean tackle. Very good. Saudi Arabia are playing very physical, trying to force us back, which that is what they should be doing. There was a potential for a through ball, but wasn't seen here. So there is a battle going on, not just sitting back. Welcome, Candy, in the TikTok feed. We are trying to create a little bit of a casual giveaway by Nathaniel James. I think he tried to be clever with the no look, but I think Levi or whoever was up front did not read it. So, folks, if you're just joining us, American channel with Donovan, however, it's on mute. Don't listen to their crap. I might destroy my telly. Yes, they're very annoying. They're very annoying. I have a lot of friends who work in American television. Thomas Rongan, who comes on EXTV, and those guys are great. But sometimes, you know, these guys are very condescending to us. So Trinidad Tobago, putting on a good show. Use it as a reference point to grow. I think Burchell scored a great goal, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Silvio Span as well scored a great goal in that. I remember really an amazing goal. But we didn't make it out of the group, but we did use it as a building block. Saudi Arabia resorting again, very physical to break up our plays. Some of those fouls should have been yellows, folks. Some of those fouls should have been yellows. So, folks, if you're in here, be sure to like. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, share. It really helps the channel. You know, last time we got about 71 viewers. And, you know, I'm doing this because of you all. So let me know what you think. So we're trying to get that equalizer. Saudi Arabia with pretty much almost, you know, most of their players in a back six with, you know, 3 players just waiting to counter and get on the break, which makes sense. With all players pushing up, they can't get us on the break. They have the fast players to do so. So at this point in time, you know, the players are going to have to ask the question, do you go for the win? At this point, you know, try to get it out wide, but Saudi Arabia managing to recover it. Nathaniel, I saw what he tried to do. So we are trying to create things. We need to push them back a little bit more. You know, this is where we have to go for it, folks. We have to go for it. This is where we go for it. So they're going out wide. Saudi Arabia winning that ball. And this is where we need that creativity and that calmness, because Saudi Arabia is just going to calm things down. There's no need for them to throw themselves forward. They can keep the ball. And this is where they can hurt us. I need to rehydrate. Wow. So, folks, if you're just joining us, it's in the 89th minute. There may be a decent amount of extra time. Folks, you can let me know how much you think about the extra times. Kevin, it's amazing Haiti is playing so well, and they are saying that they are dominating. You got to love the Americans. Yes, that's what they do, folks. That's what they do. They do that. I agree with that statement. I think sometimes they are ridiculous sometimes with what they do things. I remember there were games against Brazil and, whatever. I'm only focused on Trinidad and Tobago right now. So Saudi Arabia is going to milk the clock as much as possible. Trinidad needs to try to, put some pressure in the last couple minutes here and try to force that goal. Because all Saudi Arabia needs to do is to hold on and maybe force a counter-attack. A good communication between Marvin there to let the ball roll back to him. So there's 7 minutes of extra time, folks. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. If you're on the live stream, let me know what you think is going on. Arabia doing what they're supposed to do. Tactically, they're holding on to the ball. They're not giving away the ball unnecessarily. The goalkeeper will waste as much time as possible. We would do the same thing if we were in that situation. Ronel Joseph, 7 minutes. Come on, boys. Yes, correct. Also at this point, we have to take some risks. We can't worry about conceding now. We don't want to concede, but we have to try to get that goal because we have to give that fight. I still think Saudi Arabia is getting, the advantage of the play right now. They're keeping the ball. They're trying to run the clock down. Did well to get across in there. So we're going to have to get some more attacking play in. Saudi Arabia, it's kind of set up perfectly for them. They could just kind of sit tight and catch us on the counter-attack. Yes, 7 minutes is a decent amount of time. Kevin Nanku, let's go. We got this. Yes. Let's see if we got this. This is going to be difficult. Can we get that result, folks? Tactically, I think York made his moves. That save in the first half may come back to haunt us where it could have been 2-0. We need to create a little bit more. We don't have that ability to control in the midfield like we did in the first half, and it is hurting us. We are resorting to kind of going down the wing. Saudi Arabia is pushing us back. So we really need to get a hold of the ball. We're not getting a hold of the ball. So we do have it now. There's a chance here. Could it be a through ball? Midfield, Trinidad is in possession, but Saudi Arabia doing well to try to hold on to the ball. They are forcing us back. We're trying to get the attack, which is good. Very good holding of the ball and getting it out to Cardenas. Cardenas getting some good through balls. Come Nathaniel James is trying to keep the ball in. It is in. It is in. He's in the box. Crossing the ball across. Oh my God, that could have been a goal. It was was it offside? Jovan Jones hitting a powerful shot across the goal and it was saved. Great movement by Nathaniel James and even better by Jovan Jones. So let's take a replay here. And they are saying it's possibly offside, and it does look offside. When the initial pass was made by Echo Lima, watching from the USA. Listen, much love, welcome. Thanks for joining our stream. I love to see people joining the stream from all over the world. Jesse Football, this team is unfit, bad. Their fitness levels are really low. It's not ideal, but they definitely fitter than they were in the past. Ellen Sam, it was a nice try. So, Saudi Arabia milking as much time as they can. Just taking my general mental notes. Nathaniel James is a player that really is exciting to me. He is causing problems. He has that determination. Here he is on the ball again. Great ball out wide. We need to be smart with possession right now. Oh my gosh, Nathaniel James and I can't see who that is. Not really communicating well. That's the thing. Those unnecessary giveaways. So the longer Saudi Arabia holds on to the ball, they're just going to burn the clock. I think, will they get the third that will kill us? I think it was offside. So I wasn't even worried. It looked like it was offside. A lot of people got scared and thought Saudi Arabia got the second goal, but it was offside. So I think none of us got fooled. Kudos to us, folks. It shows you how football savvy we are. So Trinidad and Tobago fans, a lot of people ask me why I didn't wear my Trinidad and Tobago jersey, because the one jersey I have has autographs and I don't want to sweat it up. Yes, it was offside, folks. So we have a couple minutes left. The next time, hope if we make it out this group and for the other games, I'll wear my Trinidad and Tobago jersey. But, folks, we have a couple minutes left. It's 1-1 if you're just joining us. It's maybe 2 or 3 minutes left of extra time. We have to win. We have to go for the win. And that's as simple as that. So it's 4 minutes and 35 seconds into extra time, and we have 7 minutes. Saudi Arabia scoring an offside goal on a counter-attack. We did get a chance from Jovan Jones. Saudi Arabia, I was going to talk about the Argentina game. Saudi Arabia is Jesse Football thinks it's over. I hope not. Echo Lima, 3 minutes left. Let's hope for a miracle, folks. So they're whipping the ball into the box. Somebody's on the ground there. They're going to have to show some fight. This is what we need to show some fight. They seem to be running out of gas, but there is some fight here. Saudi Arabia just needs to run down the clock here. We did a good job. I think we got the throw in, yes. So I think that was Jovin being very showing his experience there. We're getting the ball in the midfield, moving a little bit faster. Nathaniel James taking on his play, I think. If you could this be it, folks? Should have been the goal, and we messed it up. That should have been the goal, folks. That was our chance, and we wasted it. Oh my God. Hitting the post, folks. Hitting the post. How? Oh my gosh. You know, I hope we don't concede. We hit the post, folks. That is so heartbreaking. You know, we are so unlucky sometimes. It's very, very frustrating sometimes for us. I can't see who hit the shot. I mean, Saudi Arabia almost scored a goal, but, you know, we have to attack. A beautiful ball, I think, from Nathaniel James. I don't know who that was. Was it Jovin? And he hit the bar. So unlucky. So unlucky. It could have been 2-1. And yes, Saudi Arabia almost scored, but, you know, we could have scored. I don't know if anybody didn't see that. We have less than a minute left. That was our chance, folks. That was our chance. That was our chance to take it. I think it was Jovin. No, it wasn't Jovin Jones. I can't see who it was. Was it Garcia? Oh my gosh. We had the chance to take it, folks. We had the chance to take it. And I think maybe now it's too late, folks. I think it's too late, folks. We may have an opportunity for one last chance. All the players need to push up the field right now. It's less than 10 seconds left, according to this. Shiraz, oh, I think that's it, folks. I think that's it. I think that was our last chance. Is it game over, folks? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. What a heartbreak, folks. The thing is, if we played bad and lost, I could have felt, you know, I said, okay, you know, but, you know, we had the chances to get that result. I do feel it for those guys. They definitely improved in this game, folks. We had that chance to snatch it in the end. We had that Levi Garcia chance that was well saved. Folks, it's over. Saudis are laughing. They shouldn't be laughing because, you know, they didn't play well. But I think Ellen Sam, actually, Russell looks like he can still play and needs to suit up. Fortunately, you know, Ellen, I actually had the opportunity to play with Russell in a little recreational, we call it tournament fit match. And, you know, we played a couple games together and it was really an honor playing with him. TikTok, you know, we didn't make it. It was heartbreaking. We had a chance to snatch it at the end. What a amazing ending it should have been. But I think with all due respect, I think the scoreline reflects how the game went. I think, folks, I know we've been highly critical of Trinidad Tobago. But they've been they did okay in this game. Echo Lima, 2 points is better than no points, but I'm still disappointed at that cheap goal in the 6th. Yes, I think that goal we didn't score in the first half, as Ellen pointed out, and everybody else could have done us a huge favor. And then that chance in the end there, I didn't see who, because the camera was blocking. But you know, we had the chance. We had the chance to take it. Levi is looking very still on. Yes, it was Justin Garcia. You know, he had a chance to get this. Stefan, yes. I really thought we could have buried it. We had that chance. We had that chance. Echo Lima, well, at least we know that we can take care of business at the World Cup qualifiers. Yes, it shows that we are improving, and I'll talk about that in the post-match. Kevin Nanku, it's a better showing. Dwight and staff have a couple months to prepare for September, so we need some top-quality games, top-quality friendlies, because these guys go back to their clubs, and, you know, that's the problem. These games are very important. We need at least 5-6 players recruited. 3rd place is better than 4th place. I think we were capable. If we won the last game, we would have gotten into the next stage. Imagine that, folks. Imagine that. If we won that game against Haiti. So, you know, there are some positives. Nicky Cooper, well, guys, it was nice. They played much better. That crossbar was the enemy. See you guys for the live stream at the World Cup. So, guys, let me know if you all want me around for the next live stream. I'll be doing my match reaction. Sometimes Ken will be on, and other players, Kelvin Jack, you know, other players as well. Echo Lima, hey Lime, we should learn how to play defense the way Italians did in the 90s and the early 2000s or something comparable. Yes, and I think to the game, folks. So, you know, you could let me know what you think. Difference, but 3rd is somewhat annoying when 2nd and qualification was an offer. Yes, and folks, it is a bit unsettling because if we won that game against Haiti, and I know there's a lot of ifs, and if we took those chances, we have to see that, hey, we were pretty close by margins of making it in. If we won that game against Haiti and we drew this game, we would have been in. This game we could have won. And we played against a Saudi Arabia team that is a very good team. So, there's some progression. And the last time we played them in a friendly, we lost. And Dwight York is familiar. He said that in the post-match conference. Ellen Sam, yes, Andre, you do an excellent job. Listen, thank you so much. I do this because of the feedback I get from everybody else. So I did this live stream because people asked, and I really appreciate the feedback, and I will continue to do more and try to improve. I will do the jersey giveaway when the qualifiers come around. I'll try to get a jersey. Maybe Capelli could, partner with me. Come on, man. I mean, I'm giving you guys free promotion. Lime. Oh, Andre Jones, Rachel! Welcome, Andre Jones. That's a private joke between us. That's a Batman joke. Andre, let me know what you think about the game. Folks, let me know what you think about this game. We were this close to making it to the next round if we got those 3 points. Lime, whatever it takes, we just need new center backs. There are a lot of players that people mention in the group, the chat as well. Alvin Jones, I thought it was in. That is going to be a definitely memeable stream moment when we're done. So I'm going to shut off this TikTok stream, folks. TikTok people, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. So TikTok people, thank you for joining me. I'm gonna go fully to the YouTube stream now. Kevin Nanku, I pray corporate Trinidad and Tobago supports both men and women, as our female soccer warriors also have World Cup qualifiers on the horizon. Well, Kevin, I have worked on the women's team when Kenwin Jones was a coach, and I could tell you there's a lot of challenges that goes on logistically. I think the TTFA are trying their best. From what I'm seeing this time around, I think finances are an issue. But yes, we need that support, and we need to show some feedback, folks. It goes both ways. We want corporate money, but we also have to show that we're a team investing in. So it goes both ways. But you're right, Jesse Football. I don't think I want this team to go to the World Cup. They will go there and embarrass themselves. Also, Dwight York legacy might be tainted by them. I think, listen, the last time we played in the qualifiers, I'm going to change my background real quick, back to the EXTV background. I think we did okay. We weren't doing great heading into the last World Cup. I understand your concern. It is legit. Nikki Cooper, this live stream is a lot of fun. Thank you so much for the experience. Listen, thank you guys. It would not be fun without you guys being here, and gals, and people from all over the planet. Let me all know where you're all from. I'll continue to do this. Like I said, I had a lot of technical issues at the beginning. For some reason, the stream changed my title back to the Haiti games or whatever. So this is fun. I had fun learning with you all. And I'll continue to do more. I'll have that jersey giveaway as well. I'll try to see if I can get the live score on next time. Kevin Nanku, great show. Looking forward to watching all the World Cup away games. Before I go, folks, I may consider doing live streams at the games. I can't show the games, but I could do watch-alongs. And I will discuss with the TTFA as well, because I do attend the matches. Because sometimes if I'm at the match, I won't be able to do a watch-along. But I might be able to do, something like this at the stadium once I get the permissions and so on. I won't be able to show the game, but I'll be at the game. There's a lot of issues with internet connections and so on. Some people are asking me to go to the away games. That's going to be a challenge for me because I have a lot of other things going on. I work in the CPL. So moving along, Andre Jones definitely is a possibility to kind of step in. So as it stands, folks, before I continue with the comments, it ends with USA on 9 points, Saudi Arabia with 4, Trinidad and Tobago 2, Haiti 1. If we won that game against Haiti, we could have had a chance to sneak through, maybe. But the goal difference, I think, would have killed us in the end. So good, Ellen Sam, thank you for joining us. Good night to you. Also, let me know what you think before you go, Ellen. What do you think about me doing the live streams at the game itself? I'm thinking about doing that. Lime, yeah, I'm familiar with them. Just need to see progress. Michael Gabriel, welcome. Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you. You all made the stream enjoyable. Jellyanne, are we going to have a next round? Or are we going to the next round? No, we are out, Jellyanne, unfortunately. We were supposed, if we won this game, we would have made it. Lime answered you there. Lime, who cares how we perform at the World Cup? At this point, we need to focus on getting there. Correct. Let's see how we get there and work it out. Mark Blaze, kind of heartbreaking, but if we play like this, we stand a great chance. Yes, folks, I am seeing improvements of qualifying for the World Cup. There's a lot of quality opposition and getting this regular football serves as well, tapping into our pool or diaspora, as people like to say. Jellyanne, damn, yes. Stefan Moradali, welcome to the chat. Fine margins. Renel Joseph, listen, thank you for joining us. I appreciate the support. I will be doing other live streams. I'm putting it out there for you folks. Let me know before you all go. What do you think about me doing the live watch-alongs at the games? I am considering doing that. And also probably working with some partners to supply me with a jersey, folks, since I can't get one. So you can head over to extvmedia.com. Stay tuned for the post-match reaction and the YouTube reaction, which we'll do. So that will be on extvmedia.com and our YouTube channel. Like, share, comment. It really helps the channel, folks. This really helps the channel and keeps us going. Lime, I don't know. Jamaica are getting some heavy recruits. Their team. Jamaica is very strong, folks. Very strong. Jesse Football, you can use FOTMob to get the score when the live stream. That's what I... Okay, definitely, Jesse. I'll try that out. Whatever feedback. I tried doing it with SofaScore, who we have a deal with, but it was working before the stream and it stopped working. So, Jesse, drop a comment in the comment section below so I could remember that the name of that software in this video. Because the live stream will disappear. So put a comment below and so I can remember that software. Because I'm going to head into the virtual match conference just now. Andre Jones, let me know. I'll co-host. Listen, Jones is a good friend of mine, folks. I'll bring him on. Rachel! That's a Batman joke. Folks, if you know that reference, let me know. So, Andre, we could come along. Listen, Andre, if you're serious, talk to me. Both of us will go. And we'll do some a watch-along at the stadium. What do you think? I don't mind. I've known this guy. We played football together back in the day. Stefan Moradali, it's a good idea, bro. So I'm going to do it, folks. I'm going to discuss with who I need to discuss with. And, you know, the support of the fans. Make this help. Subscribing and so on. Great. I'll be there whenever you are live. Perfect, Ronell. If you guys want to come and say hi, you can. Do that. And I'll probably do some giveaways. Maybe meet up, take some pics, whatever. And, you know, have some discussions with you all after the game. Because we usually do post-matches. Lime, yeah, do it. 70 plus viewers on each live is a good start. I really appreciate that because the live stream had a lot of viewers after the live stream. You all are really helping my subscribers go up, so I really appreciate that. It went up by a couple hundred just in the last couple days. So I really, you know, the subscriptions and the support really helps me, folks. It really helps the channel and enables us to continue to do this. So I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the feedback and the software to use. Lime, yeah, this is great. I really appreciate that. And thanks to you all. Rondell, Jesse Football, yes, I agree. The boys look better. Eric Lewis, welcome. A familiar name. I've seen you commenting on the EXTV before. The boys look better. The night out must have helped. I heard about that and I won't comment because I don't know needs improvement. Of course, we do. We do. So even while we speak here, I'm going to click on a link here because the post-match press conference, which I have access to, I can't do it on the live stream, but I will head across to that shortly. And I will see, you know, what Dwight York has to say, and I'll post up what he has to say on the YouTube channel. So Andre Jones definitely, Renel Joseph getting better. So let me know what you all think. I'm going to head into the virtual press conference just now, and we'll see how that goes. And have some questions for Dwight York. So I'll ask some questions. You'll see if you get until it starts. So folks, I do have that access. I have accreditation. I have accreditation with CONCACAF. So I will do that next time. So folks, before you go, drop your comments. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. What you think. Somebody mentioned some software that I could try. Some widgets maybe to show the live scores. One another love. You guys have been really supporting my streams. And it means a lot. The viewership on the YouTube channel allows me to continue. You can't find it there. We also have our Facebook page and our website, extvmedia.com. When you buy merch, it helps the channel. So there's hoodies, cups, all these kind of things with the EXTV logo. And, you know, people who are not from Trinidad, you guys can get it. People who are from, you know, Trinidad Tobago, you can get it as well. It'll take a little bit longer, so you can if you want. So everybody else, I would like to say a special thank you. I will be heading in the group. So like I said, folks, bring these live streams, and I will continue to try to improve and make things really great. So thank you, everybody. I will now be signing off and heading into the press conference. They're still setting up, so I do have a couple seconds left. If you have any questions you think you want me to ask Dwight York, I will. I'm seeing the USA press conference right now. So I'm going to try to head into the Trinidad Tobago one. I'm talking to some people here. So I'm trying to make sure I get in. So I'm still here. So folks, you know, with that being said, I appreciate everybody for supporting me on the live stream. This has been great. The fans are the ones that manifested this. You all have been helping our viewership, the comments. There's so many comments. We also have in Premier League, which is coming up, which we'll be doing stuff like this as well for that. Documentaries as well. and interesting insight brought to you by the information brought to you also by SofaScore as well. So, you all could check out SofaScore. They've been brilliant with us. So, with that being said, folks, thank you for joining us. It has been disappointing, and look out for the post-match runs, but we'll put it on. So, folks, once again, thank you for joining us. We had a lot of technical hiccups at the beginning, but, at the end of the day, we had a great stream.